check something. Okay. All right. What's up, guys? What a mess. What a mess. Okay. Get in front of the camera here. All right. Sound check, audio check. I am a flustered mess right now, so apologies for that one, guys. Yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day. I've had work consume my entire day with a problem. That's what happens when you're an assistant. You guys can hardly see me with all this hardware. Hold on, let me take down some of these fans here. But yeah, had a work issue all day long and kind of got some free time from it. Still kind of ongoing, but anyway, that's neither here or there. And then had some account login issues with my YouTube channel when I was trying to go live. So yeah, wow, okay. So welcome to the stream. Sorry for the late start, guys. As mentioned, had some things come up that were not expected, and but we're here finally, and we've got a ton of hardware in front of us, and I'm hoping that it's not going to take me a crazy amount of time to do. Sorry, I am parched. Hold on. As Blind Tech said, yes, that is a lot of fans, and that is just a little bit to talk about when it comes to this build. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So thanks for joining in on the live. I don't normally stream on Wednesdays, but it's Christmas time and I've got lots of builds to do. So basically I'm just choosing any possible time that I got to do PC builds. I might actually have another live stream later this month for another build. That all just kind of depends on if I can actually get the hardware in time to do the stream plus build it and then get it to a friend of mine's son who's has a birthday Christmas gift waiting for him. So what do we got here in front of us? As you guys can see, and as the title to the stream says, this is going to be the most powerful PC build I've ever built to date ever. So quick run through about what we got up here on the table before I get most of it out of my way and actually start building. So right away, you see this big giant case here. This is the Lee Vision, one of their many variations of the O11 dynamic case. This thing is massive and it's heavy, and I'm going to be really interested to see what it all weighs in at after we got all these parts in it, because it's already heavy to begin with. But fantastic quality, as always, from Lee. You guys will see a little bit more of that when we get into that. Sitting right on top of that, because I needed to like make space so I can actually see, you guys can see me, otherwise the parts would be up to here like this. A monster 4080 Super from Gigabyte. So like basically one of the fastest, not the fastest, but just a hair under a 4090. The difference there being is yeah, you're gonna spend like another $1,000 just to get the next step up GPU. So it's not the most powerful thing that you can build these days, but it's dang near close to it. What we got for CPU, we've got a Ryzen, make sure I don't mispronounce things because things have been changing so much, Ryzen 7 9800X3D. So the fastest CPU for gaming that's available on the market to date. Now, yeah, sure, there was some controversy, I guess, with Ryzen releasing their newest version, that it was only like a small step up from the previous generation, but when it comes to the fastest chip, nothing gets faster than this. So amazing. Right inside here, the motherboard, we've got an X870 white motherboard from Gigabyte. That's gonna look amazing, and a beautiful motherboard. Storage, things down here, we've got a 990 Pro 4 terabyte. So we're talking about $500 just in a storage drive. So pretty wild stuff. 32 gigs of DDR5 6000 mega transfers. To cool things down, we've got the Lee. I didn't even know they made this yet, which now I'm kind of interested for myself. That might be kind of cool. Is the Lee Infinity AIO CPU cooler that'll go real nice with all these Infinity fans that are going to go into the build. Not to mention, we've got Lee their crazy looking power supply that's got like it's made, I think, more or less for the 011 Dynamics. Again, something I've never used before, so I'll be going on an adventure with you guys. But I think tailor-made for this type of case. It's got the power supply mounting different, like offset than you would normally see with a power supply. And then to top it all off, we've got some strimmer cables from Lee & Lee. Yeah, I mentioned that. So all in about, I don't know exactly, I didn't pay for these parts. Otherwise, my wife would absolutely kill me if it was something for myself right before Christmas. But we're talking probably in a ballpark of over $4,000 in parts. I didn't ask my buddy who I'm building it for, like that's his business. But if you were to tally it all up, which I'm sure you guys who are PC savvy, it's probably around that amount of money. So you pay to play when you're trying to build the biggest and most powerful machines. So all that said, I'm going to make some room on my table because I got none at the moment. So I'm just going to be kind of bouncing around off camera here, just getting some stuff out of the way. Get all these fans out of the way. The power supply is going to come in close to last, so we'll get that out of the way. And I do apologize ahead of time. I'm going to be checking my phone for things too, just because, yeah, I still got some things going on that I just need to keep an eye on for real life events. Strimmer cables probably coming a little later as well. And I'm just going to tuck this AIO off down below. All right, we want definitely CPU, storage, RAM, motherboard, all kind of to start with. Get all that going. Gigantic GPU out of the way. And the most gigantic thing, actually, I don't know, I might just tuck it off to the side. We'll see here. I'm gonna just put it here for now and see if it gets in my way. So yeah, there we go. Just make sure it doesn't fall off my table. All right, get my keyboard out of the way so that way I can kind of communicate with you guys. And I just realized I have no tools. This is how kind of crazy my day's been. All right, one sec, guys. Let me get a screwdriver. I just have it over here. Or I did. There it is. Okey-doke. All right, so for the most part, we probably should only need one screwdriver to take care of most of this build. So, and the idea here, guys, is this is obviously PC Tech Hustle. I'm usually about budget stuff. So yeah, this is just for a friend, and I don't normally have the funds to be doing gigantic crazy builds like that, but I can do, if you $500 PC or $5,000 PC is always what I say. So they all kind of go together the same, just in different, ways to their own. So I'm gonna check the chat in with you guys. Again, sorry for the late start, but we are here. Blind Tech says, good thing I don't have school anymore since I graduated, so I can be here all the time. Sweet. Appreciate you being here, sir. And I do like the new rebrand. Pretty cool stuff, man. John Paul says, hi all. Hello, John. I see the net guy is blowing up my chat. Doesn't count unless you wear a Santa hat while building it. Yeah, I guess. Well, it's still early December, so maybe there'll be another one. Like I said, later, maybe I'll wear a Santa hat. All right. The rest of everybody's just saying hello. My camera and stream seems laggy. Does it? Let me see if I got drop packets. Ooh, yeah, I got a little bit of things going on here. Let me see if I can fix that a bit. Thanks for bringing that up there, Blind Tech. Yeah, I do have some things going on here. I didn't even realize. Let's see if I can reduce some of the stream output to, or increase bitrate a little bit. Little jerky on the camera. Your capture card plugged into USB 2.0. Now it's plugged into 3.1 or 3. Wonder if I just unplug it and plug it back in, right? Bit rate. Yeah, let me see if I can bring this up. Let me actually bring it down a little bit. See if that helps with packet drops. It's a little hard to see my. Let's do that. See if that helps things out a little bit. Yeah. Still seeing some dropped frame rate. Yeah. Let me double check real quick before we get into the detail here. Streaming PC just down over here. Alright. I'm gonna, let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna go kill picture here real quick. Alright. Should be good. Make sure this isn't acting funky. All right. Come back over here. Yeah, that's a 50-something% drop frame rate. What's going on? All right. Let's see. Yeah, gotta re-add my main scene now. Lost me. I am still here. Gotta fix that a little bit too. There we go. Perfect. You guys still can hear me? Let's re-add the main scene here. Yeah. Check this real quick. CPU is doing okay. Memory's doing okay. Everything seems fine. Okay. Hey, and that guy, you got any tips for trying to reduce some frame rate droppage in OBS? And now my scene's frozen. Hang on. Okay. You guys hear me fine. I'm just trying to, I'm tweaking with the stuff here, just trying to see if I can fix, get some better performance out of the stream. Let's see. Was that, yeah, let me double check that. Was at 9,000. I reduced it down to 7,000. Buffering on the USB camera device. Well, I don't know if I have that option. Let's see. Enable replay buffering? No, that's recording. That's better. 7K is good. Yeah, it's still showing a little bit of drop rate. It's it seems like it's improved a little bit. I might go down a little further, maybe down to like 5K. It's odd, I've used these settings before. Allow buffering. Bit rate. Let me apply that. Enable advanced encoder settings. One second, guys. We're off to an amazing stream right now, let me tell you. I'm gonna add a scene. Wait, here's my PC display. There we go. So should be able to see that. And come up here to settings, stream, or output. So change this down to 5K, encoder, it's NVENC, advanced encoding, max quality. Oh, this, maybe I can take this down a little bit. Let's do quality, apply. Dang. See anything here, John, that I've got screwed up in terms of... These have been the settings I've been using for a long time. Could be my internet too. I wonder if I got some issue going on there because I keep seeing my chat disconnect and reconnect too. Let's do a little speed test. I'm gonna take the... So you guys don't see my IP. Hold on a second here. Yep, I'm definitely getting 1 gig. It's not my internet, it's something else. So, stats panel. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen here. All right, so OBS. I'm not a huge streamer, so you might be speaking over me here, John. OBS can go to camera device. Ah. Okay, let's see here. Gotta fix this one anyway. Where is my camera? What am I doing? Video capture. There we go. Properties. I need to see what you're saying. Maybe to deactivate and activate after you do that. Yeah, okay. Let me, all right. I want to add. Goodbye. Properties. Activate. Okay, all right. Deactivate, activate. Buffering, auto detect, so just enable, is that what you're saying? Okay. All right. Maybe that's better. I think it might be a little better. I see the number drop frame rate reducing a little bit. How's that look? Is it looking any better? Test. Looks good now. Okay. Let's make sure I've got audio here. Yep. Overhead audio. Yep. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think my PC display. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's good now. Then I moved. Okay. So here I am. It's coming down. Still looks like it's lagging a little bit. Maybe I'll reduce my. Let's do this. Stream quality, output. I'm going to reduce it just a little bit more. 4,500. And we'll go down to max performance. Seems like reducing those numbers has helped a little bit. Okay. We're gonna go with this and see what happens. Anything else running in the background now? I don't think so. Well, Steam is gonna get out of Steam. Get out of your Steam. Kill that too. I got noob moves going on right now. Yeah, it's pretty much free of anything running in the background. Private test stream. Yeah, well, I did until like I said, I was in a rush to get this stuff done. Usually I don't run into these problems, and it's basically been a day. So hopefully this looks a little better. Looks like I've reduced the drop rate quite a bit, at least 20% or so. It looks like my camera's flickering now. Man, I'm just having all kinds of issues. Okay, so here I am. Test, how's that look? Good, yes, good. Hopefully. All right, we're gonna move on and start jumping into parts here. All right, so first one here is the motherboard, and this is brand new. This is just, I guess, a piece of filling here for the board. Okay, how about we go full over? Yeah, that's fine. It looks like we got a good look at it. All right. It's a big boy. Okay. I think I don't need anything else in here. Maybe a M.2 screw. Probably not, actually, with these new boards. I think most of them don't even require it much anymore. All right, am I using a Chinese capture card, Elgato card? I'm using a cheaper one. I do need to upgrade the capture card a bit. It's worked pretty fine this whole time. But yeah, that's definitely, I should get an Elgato card for my stream PC. So the stream PC is a bit of a budget stream PC. So something I definitely need to upgrade. Probably do that over the holidays. But how's everything looking now? It looks like I think it's about kind of normalized a little bit. I mean, still have a little bit of drop frame rate, but not too bad, it looks like. The pip screen's looking great, yeah. I don't get it. I'll have to tinker with it. Hopefully it's not unbearable experience for you guys. This PC's got to get built though, so. Okay, so here's a good look at this beautiful motherboard. This thing is a chonker. Yeah, good stuff from Gigabyte. Okay. All right, I'm going to try not to make all kinds of noise here. We're going to just build right here on the motherboard box. I think I'll just turn it sideways because it is a big board. Okay. So, first thing of order is get this CPU installed. I need a knife to get these boxes open. All this stuff is basically fresh out of the box. So we're also going to test it and make sure everything is going okay. Hoping for a post at the end of the night, and hopefully that isn't going to take us too long to get there. Those fans are a little intimidating in terms of management with getting things all set up, but honestly, they're pretty easy. Those Lianli fans, they all snap together, minimal amounts of cables, so not too bad. All right, go. I'm just going to get this back in the box, out of the way. Okay, so here we have the Ryzen 7. Let me get it out of the clamshell so you can see it a little better, because we got a lot of reflection going on with the lights I have going on. All right, here we go. We got our Ryzen 7 9800X3D. Kind of still hard to see that. There we go. That's probably the best shot I can give you. I got a light right above this camera, so it's definitely blasting down on me. All right, so I've only actually done a few of these new generation Ryzen installs, so we're having fun together with this. But if you guys aren't aware, the new Ryzen generation, starting with the 7000 series, so this is the AM5 platform, went to a land grid array, or an LGA. So they've changed things up a little bit, so we're just going to cross verify, look for our triangle that's here in the top, and line that up with the triangle that's on the CPU, and it should just drop right in without much issue at all. Also line up the notches. There we go. Perfect. Give it a little wiggle, make sure it's in there. And then we're going to close the latch, and this cover should just pop right off, which there it goes. And that's got a fair amount of tension in, but we've got now CPU installed. And hold on to these just in case, you know, you ever sell your motherboard or anything like that. So I'll make sure to get that back in the box for my buddy I'm building this for. Okay. As the stream goes on, I'm reducing less and less. I'm looking good. I think the may not look fantastic in terms of quality. I'm just making sure that I'm not lagging here at this point. I'm definitely going to have to do some troubleshooting or improvements to my streaming PC because it is a bit on the budget side. All right, so CPU installed. That went pretty nice and easy. Next thing we're going to be doing is installing the RAM. So we got DDR5 from T-Force Delta. This is, like I mentioned, 32 gigs, 6,000 mega transfers. And yeah, that's the Micro Center price, about $170. This is actually, just to mention, these parts are all from Micro Center. So I happen to live near one in Dallas, and as does my buddy who dropped off all these parts on me. So that's definitely a perk. That's definitely a way you can save yourself some money too. And also, you know, they tend to have really widely available parts almost all the time. So very nice to be around Micro Center. Not a sponsor of their channel. I'd love them to be, but it is what it is. Yeah. John Paul says RMAs you'll need to have the CPU socket cover. Correct. Good luck trying to probably get one without one. All right, so just getting these out of the box here. Trying to keep things tidy as I go as well, so that way I don't have just an absolute disaster of a mess to clean up in the morning. Get this out of here. Okay, RAM back in the box. Get in there. Yeah, I just need to double check my phone, make sure everything's all good. I'm not being screamed at or anything like that. Okay, all right. Looking good, looking good. Okay, monitoring work stuff as I do this. So, all right, so with just 2 sticks of RAM, we're only going to need to install in the 2nd and 4th slot here. Those are the primary slots for installing memory or RAM, and make sure you got this stuff lined up properly before you mash down on it. So just going to line up the notches. They're only keyed one way to go one way, and give a firm push down on each side, and there we go. We got one in. Flip it around. Good thing with these T-Force memory sticks, I've always seen that the T-Force logo is always generally towards the top, so that's just kind of a pro tip there for you. There we go. That is in. Now, we've got to get to our NVMe drive, which we have a 990 Pro, 4 terabyte. Like I said, this is a $500 drive. This sucker is expensive, but plenty of storage, all bottled up in one drive, which is nice because then he'll have space for other drive locations, which this board should, I would suspect, have at minimum 2, probably 3. That's all probably underneath here that we're about to see. And get this guy out of the box. There we go. And all that 4 terabytes. Just the size of a stick of gum, basically. So there we go. Beautiful. All right. Now I gotta figure out how to open this. Looks like there's just a latch right here. I push it that way. Oh, yep, the whole thing just comes off just like that. That's awesome. And I was correct. There's 3. Pretty awesome. Now, probably one of them, if I were to suspect, runs at a slower speed than the others, maybe a Gen 4 speed. So we're going to aim for the Gen 5 speed for this drive. And this is all toolless, which is awesome. So I'm just making sure I got a good shot here. Going to aim for the topmost slot. Generally, that's what you want to do, especially if you only have one drive. And this little latching system just holds it all in place, and there we go. Easy as that. So making up some time with this ease of installation of stuff based on, well, me being late and then having stream issues. So awesome. And then looks like, make sure I've got this orientation correct. It goes like that. So we're going to pull back this topmost thermal pad cover right here. Just get that guy off. I think actually it's a Gen 4 drive, is John asking. Yes, it is Gen 4 drive. So technically he could have gone Gen 5. I think a Gen 5 4 terabyte would have been insane in terms of cost. But we're just going to put in that topmost slot anyway, regardless if he gets more. I mean, honestly, the differences between Gen 4 and Gen 5, especially when it comes to a gaming PC, really is going to just amount to cost more than anything. Obviously, they do run faster, but, you know, it becomes an enthusiast level thing, I guess, at that point. So now this is interesting. Okay, because it slides into the slots and then clamps back down, I think. Or maybe not. Let's see here. Looks like, okay, that will go just like that. There we go. And then that comes back down. There we go. And that's just kind of spring loaded, so holds everything together. Make sure to run in place on staticky curve before touching any drives. Yeah, right? Don't listen to that advice. That's not good advice. Although hardware is pretty resilient these days. Although I wouldn't suggest doing that. Okay, so we're in a pretty good spot here. We've got CPU, RAM, and the storage drive installed into the motherboard. I don't believe I need anything off the motherboard box, so I'm gonna bid it farewell here and just put this off to the side. We might be looking at, depending on how this AIO installs, which I've never done before, I'm thinking I can probably get the motherboard installed and then work on getting the AIO installed, so I don't necessarily have to do anything anymore on the board other than maybe just removing some hardware. But I'm going to reach for that AIO next. Have it off to the side anyway. Here we go. All right. Okey doke. All right. Stream drop rate is improving by the minute. That's good. That's good. Okay. More pace, faster. Yeah, I gotta move on this. All right, so I'm gonna try to get this guy into camera view here because I'm. Let's see, I probably got an accessory box down or in the back side here. Figure out how to get into this case, which I'm not familiar. I mean, they're all kind of the same when it comes to Lee and Lee, but I don't know exactly how to get in here. Let me, before I bash things into each other here, get this motherboard a little bit out of the way. So I'm just trying to get the back panel off. I'm looking for ways on how. I'm wondering if I have to pull the front panel off to get the back panel. I don't think so. That would be kind of silly, right? All right. Let's see here. How does this come off? I don't need any more issues. That. Oh, is there just a button? Oh, wait, hang on. What's that? Oh, that's the power button for the. Never mind. That's just the power button for the case. It's a nice little button here on the side. Let's see. That goes. Is that just gonna slide out? Nope. Is this gonna slide out? Nope. Lordy. They've definitely changed it up a little bit. I'm kind of wondering if I want to get this front panel. I'm wondering if that is, no, let's see. Is that, this case is heavy. Okay. Do I have to take this front panel off first? Glass panel. And that's a mystery how to do that as well. This case is just confusing me left and right. Oh, come on. Anybody know how to open the Lian Vision back panel? I'm sure it's easy, and I'm just not seeing it at the moment. There's no buttons that I can see. I'm going to put it on a full front side view so you guys can see what I'm dealing with here. So I'm just trying to get this guy off here. Oh, maybe there's a button in the back. Let's see if there's anything back there. There's drive cages and stuff. Let's see. Well, I kind of like the idea of taking the front panel off and then moving towards the back. Seems kind of silly though to have to take all these panels off just to get the back panel off, but maybe I'll figure it out as I go. Looks like though, in order to get the front panel glass off, it has what appears to be a screw that holds in the panel at the bottom. And then to get to that, it looks like some screws here that hold on this radiator mount. So I'm gonna grab these real quick. You guys can't really see this. I think that'll just come out beautiful. All right, let's see if I can, yeah, now I can get to this screw. Again, sorry you guys can't see this too easily. All right, that had a little nubbin that holds the panel in, so, well, panel doesn't want to come out yet. Come on, Lian. All right, I think there was a little instruction thing that came in the box. One second. Now I gotta find it. There it is. It probably says, "Look, idiot, all you gotta do is this." I wonder if there's any buttons. Nope. Bench test on the motherboard box or direct into the case. I'm going direct, man. I'm going direct. Okay, here we go. So let me put the change of view here. So we'll figure this out here real quick. Overhead. Okay. So in order to get the rear panel off. Oh, did I go too far forward? I think I did. Still too far forward. Okay, here we go. Oh, it says remove the side panel, top glass, and side glass. So side panel, right, to remove it. Okay, so oh, I think there's a screw somewhere. Nope. Hold on. Hold on. No, that's not it. All right, we're looking. Kind of hard to capture that. So it's telling me no need to remove the front glass during usual installation process. Okay, well, that rules that out. Okay. Remove the side panel, top glass. Okay, so is this saying just push? Push. Nope. It says like the bottom panel should move just, or side panel, the rear side panel should just move directly up. Let's see here. Is there any other pictures? the funny thing is the detailed instruction is in German. Gotta love. Is there an English side of this? Oh, no, I don't think so. Let's see. Just give me the English. Yeah. Okay, I think I can figure this out. Let's work on it here. Okay. So, ideally, I think this should just lift out somehow, some way. There's not something on the bottom, is there? Don't see anything. Oh, felt like... My goodness. What a pain in the butt. I know it's got to be easy. I know it's got to be easy. You guys are going to get unentertained by me rather quickly. Holy crap. Come on. All of that is in German. Kidding me? Peel off. Recommended to keep. Blah blah blah. Come on. Okay. I know these screws back here don't do anything, but I'm going to start removing screws. I'm saying that. Watch it. Like, I don't even know what that was holding in. What is that to? Something in the hard drive. Oh my gosh. Not there. Alright, I'll try this one. This looks like it's just to the hard drive cage. Wait, no. One sec. Still working on this. Wow. Craft Computing is also having some frame trapping issues on their stream right now. Really? So it isn't just me. Mine's reduced a bit, and yeah, I haven't changed anything in my stream whatsoever. Like, my settings have been the same forever. Yeah, I am operating on a budget setup, but really, that can't be. That's a rivet. But it's, yeah, but anyway, sorry. I got distracted with what I was saying. It's generally does pretty good how I have it. Get my dog out of the stuff here. Hey, get out of here. Go. No, no, you can't eat that. Okay, so that's not helping anything. What is going on? Where is it? It's not. Yeah, that's, I don't want to break anything. Goodness. Oh, there goes that drive cage that I loosened that I knew I wasn't going to help me to do that. There's like nothing. Button. Is there something? I'm literally about to Google how to remove the panels on the Lee & Lee Vision case. I'm going to do it right now. Let's see it live with me, guys. Okay, let's see here. Go to YouTube. Lee & Lee Vision. Okay. Case edition. Here's one from Paul. Oh yeah, thanks for the music here, YouTube. Wants me to answer an ad. All right, Paul, tear it open. Yep. Okay. Talking about the glass. I already took the top panel off. I managed to figure that out. Okay, and I figured that out. Yep. Oh, wait, what did he do? Okay, here it is.
Cases we give away, I want to keep that
credit to Paul's Hardware.
think this panel is screwless. Let me tug on it. Yep.
Are you kidding me?
It's like something's holding it on up there. Oh, there we go. All right.
Maybe I was just...
Panel is screwless.
Okay, screwless. Wow. I was just way too scared to break my friend's fancy case there, so yay. We're just having fun tonight, guys. Just having fun. Okay, yeah, so it's just a pressure mounted so there's like these plastic nubbins that it pushes into and locks it into place. Check that out, though. PCMR, that's so cool. Okay, yeah, well, my frame rate is continuously going down, which is good. Which if I see it drop out more, I might try to up my quality, because generally I've done pretty well. Anyway, sorry, that just bugged me. And I checked it earlier and it was fine. Like Blind Tech said, you know, usually do a oh, there's that I loosened. Usually do yourself a sanity check. Where's the where's all the nuts and bolts that it's supposed to come with? Hello? Am I not seeing it? For real? Not included? No way. I do like this though. Check that out. That's a magnetic hinged arm. But where are my case accessories at? The mystery continues with this damn case. Alright, it's not tucked away anywhere that I can see. Holy moly. Okay, well, I'm going back to Paul's video and see where they had theirs tucked in, because this is the only thing I did was remove the side panel and top panel. That way I can just shove parts into it to make more room on my my table. Let's see.
It's got the little plugs that
yeah. Oh,
11 dynamic and sort of
right there. Look.
Layout panels, because even though those temperature fan and radiator combo has become much more
I went back too far.
This layout for cases, using this space right here for fans or a fan and radiator combo has become much more popular. That's why Lian Li has been able to design this case.
Come on, Paul. Oh wait, you guys can't see it. Hold on.
Panels, because even though those tempered glass side panels don't allow any airflow through, and Lian Li isn't trying to pitch this case as
it, Paul.
the optimal, ideal air-cooled case.
I don't know if he's going to show it or not.
Even when they were showing it off at Computex, they said this isn't going to be like peak performance in terms of cooling. It's perfectly adequate for anything you want to throw in there, but there are probably going to be some cases on the market that use mesh more liberally that would get slightly better temperatures in this.
I know.
One. But I think Lian Li also recognizes that lots of PC builders like to build a system that's unique, that's somewhat special, that is visually appealing perhaps, and that's why they've gone with this layout, again with plenty of vision on the inside of the case, which is vision. First off, on the bottom you have a removable tray here, and that's
okay, he talked too much.
Slightly better temperatures in this one, but
I think I went past it. Because he got the back panel off. Okay. Right. Let me go back a little more. See that? Cable stuff should be right here. I got nothing. And now it just froze. I've got nothing. That's not cool. I'm going to double check the box, but there's no way that would have came out. There's no way that would have came out. It's supposed to be just basically button down right there. No way in heck. Now I can get by mostly probably doing the build. The only thing I'd be worried about is, actually I think I might be able to completely get by because I have a lot of screws on me. But let me just double check the case. That is absolutely wild if that's is the case. And by case I mean the box that everything came in. I know I didn't see anything here. Yep, nothing. Wait a minute. Oh, they did me dirty. Well, thank God. I didn't see it before, but we got it. Haha. So, actually, I'm going to show you guys because so what they did, I've never seen it before like this, but I guess, you know, whatever. It was tucked in there like that. And when I was pulling the case out of the box, just removing panels, this was probably like facing downward. Never saw it. But I'm glad we have it. So, because man, that's some good quality stuff in there. Got it all. All right, hopefully our struggles are coming to an end here. I'm gonna try to put actually this drive cage back in place where I unscrewed it from earlier, because I don't think I'm gonna need it. Watch me probably end up having to need it. There we go, get in there. Oh, I see how it goes. Other way around. Like so. That drive cage fell out. He doesn't have any 2.5-inch drives. So I'm just putting this back. Where's the locking screw? Where'd that go? There it is. Okay. Still got you guys, right? Seems like maybe YouTube is having some issues. Alrighty. Turning the case around and laying it on its back. Close this panel like that. That's really cool. I like that a lot. And laying the case down. Oh man, this is super up in my face. I might have to actually, I'm gonna do it upside down. Or maybe off to the side. Probably do the side. See what kind of good angle I got for you guys. All right, overhead plus main should be, I think, suitable for this. I'm actually gonna lower my table a hair bit because this case is massive. So we're gonna go down. Take it on down. Aha, there we go. Love that about this table. Okay, beautiful. Alrighty. So I'm going to just drop the motherboard in. The beautiful thing about this case too is it's basically pre-set up for an ATX board. I don't know why you would get this case for anything smaller. And it's so open, which is very, very nice, very nice. Okay, and I got my phone light still on. Try not to kill the rest of my battery. Okay. Cool deal. All right, so moving on into our goodies box here. Got some screws here. I want to make sure I don't lose one of them being the one that holds in. I guess I can reattach it. It said I don't have to take out the front panel glass. So let's get that guy back in there. Just a locking screw at the bottom. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to open this up. It's taped down, of course. There we go. Okay. So we've got all kinds of stuff. Lots of screws in this one. Just looking for the motherboard screws. Those don't look to be it. Oh man, everything. Don't really like how they did that. They just put like all the fan screws and motherboard screws into one bag, it looks like. Yep, they did. We'll get it nicely into that plastic case once we're done here. So getting the motherboard screwed down. Hopefully not going to regret installing the motherboard before the AIO. I think we'll be okay. We've got a lot of open space to work with. Usually that's more applicable if you don't have a whole lot of open space to work with, which we do. And on to this next one. This is the boring part. Someone, there it is. I still got you guys, right? I didn't completely lose you through all the fiascos of YouTube streaming, did I? Hopefully not. I heard John the Neck, I mentioned craft computing having some issues too, so seems like I'm live and not dropping as many packets as I was earlier. Anyway, you continue on it if you can hear or see me or not. Okay. Almost got all the screws into the motherboard. I gotta get me a fancy aesthetically sounding screwdriver at some point, I guess. Oh, you're debating on if this will post. Oh. The way my night's going so far, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. But thanks for the vote of confidence there, John. All right, I usually try to just give one little micro turn on each of the screws after I got them all in, just to play it safe. It'll be 9 total on a full ATX motherboard like this. And there we go. I don't think I actually need anything else from here, because the rest of we got is fans, radiator stuff that is going to come with the AIO. So I'm just going to kind of dump the rest of these screws into this nifty little case that Liam Lee gives you, and just to kind of get things up and out of the way. If I need it, I will return to it, but I have a feeling I don't. So they definitely supplied quite a bit. Most of the stuff, it looks like it's for, because there's actually a lot of space to mount a lot of drives in this case, so you could turn into a wild looking server. Gave you 2 WAP. They kind of cheaped out on the zip ties though, only 3. I may need those, so I'll set that off to the side. Make use of those. Not sure what the rest of this stuff's for. We'll find out possibly later. Okay, that is done. All right, let's see if we can figure out this AIO. Instructions for disassembling the case were completely useless to me. They pictures plus German. Come on now. Ooh, it's already getting heavy. I think I want to go ahead and reinstall that, what I took out earlier, which is the just this radiator mounting piece, because I don't necessarily need to take out the front glass. That just slides in here like so, kind of, sort of. There we go. And there's just 2 locking screws down there. The reason I'm doing that is so I don't lose where these screws need to go. So I've already unnecessarily taken out a lot of things. I'm exploring this case as I go. Okay, there we go. Onto the AIO. I'm going to scoot this off a little bit out of the way and give you guys a good look-see at the AIO. And it's upside down for you. There we go. So, the Galahad 2 LCD SL Infinity 360. So, taking the Infinity concepts from the Liam Lee Infinity fans, applying an LCD screen that is configurable, which is pretty neat. Looks like, just for example, it's showing some temperature for the CPU. I'm sure you can configure that however you want. So I'm pretty excited to see what this guy looks like. And because this is, and I'm going to put this on main scene here, because we have front glass and we have top glass, the name Vision, right? The only place to mount the AIO is going to be on the side. The bottom isn't really going to work because that's going to be intake and also tubes reaching down there. Not really going to work. So what I've seen is with people, I just looked at some pictures of people doing the Liam Lee Vision case, is they just mount it to the side here. So thinking about airflow. We'll have 3 intake coming up. We'll have an exhaust on the rear. And I'm thinking, I want that for aesthetics, it would be nice to have the fans also hub facing, the front hub facing towards us. So that would mean 3 intake, 1 exhaust. Be kind of a not so balanced pressure, but we'll see. We'll get there. What do you guys think? Your personal geek is in here. What's up, dude? We've got a celebrity in the house. Man, never thought I would have seen it. What's going on, man? We're just having a fun stream here, Personal Geek. I started late due to work activities, and then started having streaming drop packet issues, which seems like maybe others were having problems with. And then having problems with trying to figure out how to open this stupid case. So we're doing good. We're doing good. But having fun, hanging out, building a ridiculous monster PC. There we go. We got it open. I am running out of space quickly here. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Look at all this. This is ridiculous. Look at all that. Just for a CPU cooler. Oh, you catch my streams over. Oh, well, I appreciate you, man. Well, I appreciate you. Catching up with my VODs. Yeah. Thinking I'm going to up some of my bit rate again because I think I'm getting away with less drop packets. Maybe it wasn't that at all. In fact, I'm going to change that real quick. Just so we can have a little bit better quality here. All right. Hopefully I don't screw everything up. All right, back up to 9,000, and we're gonna go for encoder, max quality. Pray I don't just jack everything up. Like I said, the packet rate drop is coming down significantly. I don't know if it's something to do with YouTube. My internet service was running full speed, so who knows? I'm literally just digging through here, pulling things out. Okay. Okay, oh, that's super cool. So they got the fans already pre-attached. That's some good legwork that's taken out for us. Thank you, Lian Lee. Very nice. The only thing I'm gonna have to basically do is just match up some short screws on the backside, and we got a mounted AIO. Well, minus the CPU part, but whew. This is a unit for sure. Okay. Try to just lay this down and get the box out of the way. Ta-da. Very nice. All right. So here it is. Like I said, fans pre-attached. That's so awesome. So basically, I just need to find the orientation, which I'm sure most of these, they generally are pretty configurable, but the idea here is we go in the side just like this, tubes up, always tubes up, right? So that way you got no air being caught in the pump side of things, and kind of like that, something like that. See what makes sense for tubes not getting twisted up. Oh, the tubes on the radiator kind of twist too. That's nice because that helps not make things look ridiculous. Yeah, I think I don't have that's probably the cleanest option. Probably not super visible for you guys there. But let's see how this goes on the CPU side. In fact, I'm kind of wondering, yeah, I think I'll actually mount the radiator first. Seems like that's easier to deal with it just in place. It's not going to go any other way than that. So let's work on that. And that looks like Lian Lee also makes that pretty simple and easy for us to do. Yep, that'll just mirror right up to that plate. Actually, that plate actually might be detachable. I wonder if it is. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Yep, looks like it is. All right. So we ideally get it mounted to this, I think. and then we just drop it in. Let's see here, just got to figure out how this comes out now, which I don't know. Do I waste time trying to figure that out too? All right, stream is still holding on tight with my re-improved quality. So yeah, that wasn't my fault, I guess. I don't know. YouTube was doing weird stuff. I think this screw holds this stuff in. I'm checking. You guys can't see anything of what I'm doing. I feel like this is supposed to be easy. It looks like it's easy. Well, I guess I don't really need to worry about that, to be quite frank. Let's just get the screws on. Okay, so I'm gonna spin it around. All right, so we're gonna try to come at it from this angle. I think probably our best angle to see what I'm doing. And grab us some screws, which, see what they gave us. Put it over here so you guys can see it. Digging through the fun bags here. Net guy, I think 6 hours. Come on, give me some credit, sir. Okay, so this don't think is required. This it looks to be. Well, we'll find out. I just want to get the radiator mounted for the moment. Ooh, they gave some nice Velcro strap. That's nice. More baggies. More baggies. A little thermal paste tube. Okay, here we go. Screws with washers. That's what we're looking for. This, I assume, is going to be for mounting the pump top, or one of these is. So, whatever. Let's get all outside. This is what I was looking for. Let's just get this AIO radiator mounted for the moment. It's super awesome that this is already attached. Although, generally pretty easy because these fans interconnect with themselves. But they made it even easier for us. So, we're going to come in at probably this angle for you guys. I'm going to put this guy over here. Okay. We're just doing the party in the back, not the business right now. But it'll all come together here in a second. No more monster builds, ITX. But the monster builds are fun because they're so crazy. I'm going to do the bottom screw first. That way I know what my clearance is. Say we go right there. Yep. It was grabbing it and then I moved. Come on, baby. I wonder if I have the right screw. Actually, I'm wondering, yeah, I think having the washer didn't have enough screw length. Should be fine. Something just fell. Double check the length on this guy. So yeah, there we go. It's cutting new teeth. I don't know if I have enough screw length with using the washer. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I do. No? No. I don't believe I do. These screws are like kind of, they seem like they're quite a bit shorter than even ones that come with AIOs, and there's no other screws this thing comes with, so I'll use them. It'll hold everything in place, but it doesn't like the washer, so I don't know exactly what Liam Lee is after with that. Yeah, I can't get it to grab the washer is just adding way too much thickness. So I'll give you guys an idea here. So like that is all the thickness of the screw that I got with the washer on. With it off, I get enough to bite. So yeah, we'll go with this. I don't want to go with any longer screw because we don't want to puncture anything, but because of the mounting plate bracket thing here on the back, everything's good. So I guess we're gonna go with exhausting through the back here because that's how the radiator's already set up for us, which I think is gonna be completely fine. We've got liquid cooling on the CPU. We've got a giant GPU that is in its own right gonna cool itself pretty fine even without a case helping it out. Plus it'll have 3 fans blowing from the bottom up, so we'll have plenty of cooling, I think, in this setup, not to worry. I'm gonna go ahead and get all these screws in, so I'm not being lazy about that, so feel free to take the opportunity to chat while I just do the boring parts here. But I think we got a good angle of what I'm doing here. All right. Yeah, by the way, guys, we do have some YouTubers in the house. We've got the Net Guy Reviews, we've got Blind Tech, and we've got our big celebrity, Your Personal Geek, all in the house. If you guys are not aware of who they are, fantastic content creators, go check them out. I follow each one of those guys pretty religiously as well, so definitely just give you guys a shout out as a thanks for joining my pretty chaotic stream tonight. I'm glad you're sticking with me because of that. All right. Last screw. I don't think I actually got this one all the way because it was... There we go. Okay, we're going to roll with that. I'm going to just shove these off to the side. Beautiful. So these are all the... I recognize these cables. These are for the Lee and Lee fans, etc. So we'll get to work on that here in a little bit. Doesn't look like... Oh, yeah, they did give a controller. Excuse me. Right there. Sometimes some cable extensions, RGB control, the fun of these types of coolers. So let's pivot into getting this cooler pump installed on the CPU here. I think that is going to be a beautiful angle actually for you guys. So I don't think, looking like what we've got going on so far. So pump tubes down like this, I think, something like this. Looks like probably a good way to do it. That looks pretty clean. So we go to the side. Yeah, that's twisting them hard. So I'm imagining, let's see where our connections are too. So we got on the side. I'm imagining that this is kind of how they intended it. I don't think they show on the, no, they don't really show it. Actually, I'm just kind of curious if they have any more pictures on the box, but let's see. Is there any other, no, not seeing anything. They did, I think, give instructions. So let's just take a quick peek, make sure we're not losing time with any of that. Hopefully some of it is in actual English, right? Okay. Looking like, actually, yeah. The general orientation is to have the tubes down low while everything is installed. So that looks like the general idea of how we want to get that installed. Cool. So I was at least correct in my assumption. All right, let's get this PWM cable out of the way for the moment. Now we gotta see what we need to actually mount the block. I'm gonna take this cover off, plastic cover. Okay, a lot of times these ship with LGA or Intel brackets, and actually AM5 retained the same like mounting structure or system on their motherboards that they had previously, but it's definitely looking like we'll have to install something different. So took that off and it probably wasn't good. Maybe I need to. Oh, yep. Okay, I think I see what this is. Looks like these are like offsets. Yeah. Okay. I should stop guessing at things. That's how I always operate. I am a learn by trial and error sometimes. Okay, so Intel. Yeah, it looks like I think Intel bracket is shipped with it. AMD. Yeah. Says to, let me go full overhead so you guys can see. AMD says to go install these guys, these adapters over. Yep. Cool. Oh, that goes. Okay. So screws pointing out from the motherboard. And then I think you use the existing AMD screws to screw this back down in. Looks like it. Yeah, so that's cool. And then it doesn't seem all that complicated to get the rest of it in there. Okay. Not too bad. Let's give this a shot. First thing we're going to have to do, yep, you guys can see, is remove the AMD stock mounting bracket thing. Now careful with this. Ooh, yeah, make sure you have access to the back panel, because as soon as you pull these off, the back plates are going to drop right out. So I'm going to actually, whoop, I guess I didn't have that screwed down. I'm going to make sure I can get to that. That was one of the drive cages in the back that I unscrewed and left unscrewed. Good on me. Oh man, still like, what the world? There's like a cage. This is odd. There's like a cage protecting the back plate. Are you kidding me? Does this board? Oh, you. No way. What is this? There's a cage that's protecting the back, like, access area of the motherboard. Oh, and actually it looks like, I don't think that back plate's going to come out. It looks like it's soldered down. We'll find out. So I may not have to worry about that anyway. There's probably some easy access method to what I was trying to get to that I've yet to discover, because this is the first time looking at this case. But cool. And John Paul says AMD and Intel mounting a lot of the time are different from each other. AM4 and AM5 is the same though. Yep. So yeah, what he's talking about is these little guys that come off the top and bottom part of the CPU socket. So even though AM5 has changed to LGA, they've kept this same model, which I really like that about AMD. And I'm sure that's probably cheaper on them too. Same tooling. Yep, I don't think that back plate, the moment of truth, if it's going to fall out, I don't think it will. I think it's hard attached to the motherboard. Yep. Okay, so what we have to do now is take the modifier. It's supposed to be, so basically the mounting point is angled out a little bit. So we reattach that to the, ooh, wait, no, that might go that way. I hope so. That's the only way it's gonna go. So we put that over the top, which you guys can't really see too well. I'm on full overhead, but I'm holding it down right now. We'll probably be able to see better the bottom one when I get that going. Yep, I screwed in just fine, so we are definitely good on the back plate of the CPU socket there. Good, good, good. Give that a good turn. A little bit of torque on that, not too much. So here the idea is this. I have to make sure I am, okay. Yeah, so top side mounts like this, bottom side other way around. That just goes over the existing AM4, or not AM5 mounting system. I really like this. This is super easy. The first thing that's been super easy all night for me. And then screw that in right over the top of it, where we basically took out the old AM4 style mounting brackets, whatever you want to call those things. Very, very nice. This is super easy. So that has screws that are sticking up that we just thread through. Now the ones that we have to figure out that we need, this is Intel stuff, this is stuff we don't need, is the ones, because there's two different thumb screws. I think I'm about done. Two different thumb screws this comes with. Well, let's just double check the directions one more time. It says E. Well, this is not labeled E anywhere. E is what's the difference? They both look exactly the same. Oh, E's got little tiny design differences. Yep, okay. You guys couldn't see that. So, let's see if I can hold it up. So what I'm looking for is which thumb screw to be using. This one or this one. D doesn't have those little tiny like machine holes next to the Phillips bit. This one does. So that's the difference. So that's the one I need, which is not this one. That's Intel. Okay, cool. Now, we do get extra thermal paste, which is pretty cool, but we don't need it because the cooler comes with some, hard to see here, pre-attached or pre-applied. So we're just gonna slide this right on over. Make sure we got everything out of the way. Yep, slide that right on over the existing screws that are sticking up. Grab these guys and start spinning it on. Easy to get this started with just your thumbs by getting it going. I'll give it some torque with the screwdriver in just a second. Let's do it in a diagonal fashion to make sure we got even pressure. That's probably getting started enough. Hardest one's going to be by the hoses there. But overall, very simple AIO installation. In fact, probably the easiest I've ever done. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might have just shot myself in the foot by saying that, because I don't have any cables attached to the fans for the AIO, which I think are at the bottom. I might be able to get it in there though. We'll see. We'll see. Because there's going to be some cables that drive the fans that we have to attach still. And let's get these guys over. Get this in there. I don't think that'll be a big deal. I think the mounting bracket is supposed to come off in a way that I just hadn't figured out yet. So I might be able to take advantage of that without having to back out a billion screws. I'll get there. This side's kind of standing up a little. Come on now. Just catch it. That's all I want you to do. All right, we're gonna give this one a little extra oomph. Can't see it. Oh my goodness. I don't want to over tighten the other sides because otherwise it'll just lift this side up even more. I was just wanting to get it started. Come on, start. Problem is these things are heavy too, so even magnetic screwdrivers sometimes have issues. Mine's getting weaker by the day. I think I got it now. Really? Oh no, I wasn't even on it. There we go. It's kind of off a little. Got it going now. All right, we're just gonna torque this down Always very important to have good mounting pressure on your CPU, especially these ones you've seen in recent media coverage that are burning up. So I want to make sure I've got this 100%. Those basically just go till they stop, so there really is no mistake you can make with mounting pressure, it seems. They just bottom out. One little quick little zip on each corner. Beautiful. Okie doke. So last thing here to do with the pump is we're just going to find, sometimes there's a pump header, which, no, that's CPU optional. We're just going to go with the CPU fan here. Actually, now that I take it back, I'm going to do optional because the rest of the Lian Li fans we can probably control with CPU PWM. So that'll be nice. I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way it will work. Get that guy in there. Now I've got a lot of hanging cable here. I think what I'm going to do is, since I've got these nice grommets up here, tuck it up in there for a clean look. Definitely going to be cable management fun afterwards. Alrighty, let me take a look at those fans real quick. See where they need to plug in. Because there's a controller they also have to connect to. Dum. Yep, I feel it. I might actually be able to slide in the connector though. If you guys know anything about how these work. So we've got the Lian Li. So I actually have these in my personal PC. Really, really love these fans. Just the whole setup that Lian Li, like they really thought of everything as far as ease of use. Oh yeah, there's some connectors I also have to put on the pump. So like USB here. All the fun stuff of wiring up an AIO. Even though installation was a breeze, I've got a few more things to do. So this looks like the USB connection to the pump. Looks like we have one there. We might struggle with that a little bit with the RAM. This is really short, by the way. Like, might be very difficult to send it. Yeah, actually, I don't think that's going to work at all. As far as sending it back behind the motherboard, we'll see. We'll see. Just make sure I'm going in the right angle here. Can't see. Make sure I'm using the right cable in the right spot too. Almost looked like it was a USB-C. There's no way. I think I'm gonna take out one of these DIMMs just so I can get in there a little easier. It does look like almost a USB-C. Am I just crazy? I don't want to jam something in there I don't need to. Okay. We'll double check the directions too. I thought so. It is USB-C. Okay, so we got USB 2.0, USB-C. What does it want? Let's look at just the cabling orientation of the pump. Okay, so it says, all right, so we've got USB-C to USB-A, which is, where'd it go? That's regular USB. I just had it in my hands. Regular USB. Oh, right here. So again, they kind of thought of everything. They angled this in a way. Overhead plus main. They angled this in a way so that when I connect it to the pump, it's making that 90-degree right away, and this looks longer. So I think we're right on track here. Yeah, this is way longer. All right, so we'll be able to make a nice clean run. And put this in the pump. So you guys can see. And then this will just run towards the back of the case. Back down. just gonna let that go for now. I think that other USB 2.0 cable is actually for controller, if I remember things correctly now. That it is. So I'm just gonna connect that now so I know where it's supposed to go. Cool. I don't think we're gonna worry about any of the RGB motherboard plugins because we're gonna just control everything through software. So don't think that's gonna be needed. Or this, or this. Main concern is, let me get this. Oh wait, there's one more thing to plug into the pump, which is some type of kind of larger main connector. What did that say? The other connection is, where's it at? Spare. Okay, so that's going to be power for the pump. I believe. Oh, is this it? Yeah, I believe that's it. That looks like a large connection. Yep. So many cables. And I might sometimes generally spare you guys this just because it is a lot and it's kind of boring. But we need at least the pump to work. I don't think the rest of the fans are going to be too bad. So, all right, that probably only goes in one way that I can't really visibly see right now. Oh, yeah, I see it. So there's two little notches right here. That installs right into the pump. And then again, we're going to carry this. Oh, that's a nice removable dust filter. I like that. I'm going to carry this one up and through as well, because it's going to need SATA power. And that looks like you have some like fan PWM controls. Again, probably something that we're not going to worry about. So they're giving you options, like based on what you might be dealing with in your case, etc. Your fan setup. You may not have all the same stuff like this. We got kind of the full Lee and Lee ecosystem going on here. All right, we're beginning to get tangled up with cables already, and we've barely done anything. Okay, so with that nice braided cable going over the top, that'll look pretty good. I'm actually going to take the time right now, maybe, to go ahead and plug in at least the pump USB 2.0 where it needs to go. I'm hoping we don't need any more. Sometimes we will. Looks like that's USB. There's only two. All right, we'll go with that. Go the right way with it. Cool. We'll at least get that for now. That may have to be readdressed at some point. And then, because sometimes like with these complex fan setups, they give you USB splitters, because they know you're going to run out of it quick, because there's generally only two on a motherboard these days. I think there's only really ever been two, but something like that. All right. Get that RAM stick back in there. I think there's only two. Yeah, I'm only seeing two. Okay. We do need to connect up the controller to... So this... Generally, let's see. I think we're about done. Oh yeah, I want to try to run this cable. So here's some more. This is the uni fan cable connection that's going to go to the uni fans. Pretty good, decently long cable. And we have to try to get it on the bottom. This could be interesting without removing anything. Oh wait, is there a connection up top? No, that's not gonna work. Unfortunate. This may be doable if I can get my fingers in there a little bit better. So I actually am gonna remove this radiator bracket again. Checking back on you guys in the chat. John Paul Bacon says, the mini electric screwdriver kit I have has the magnetizer, demagnetizer in it, so it's nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I want to get something like that. I think John the Net Guy just recently did a build where he used one of those. I think he was saying like he wished it had a little bit more torque, if I remember correctly. Some of those, yeah, I kind of wonder about too. Let's see if I can get this. Feeling around, feeling around. I know they kind of only go one way. Oh, might have it. Oh yeah, I'm a genius. Got it. I might be able to pass that through. No, I don't want those cables visible. See, oh yeah, bottom bracket or bottom grommet down here should be a beautiful way to do this. Cool. Yeah, just a tiny little bit of cable visible. Nice. Okay, that was a lifesaver. Again, Lee and Lee coming in clutch with their simplicity, at least in that sake. Get this thing back in here once again. I'm not even going to screw it down because I may have to take it out again. Okay, so we've got pump just about cabled up. Fans, the cable is ran. This is for our controller to attach it, which now we kind of have to work on the business end of it, or the non-business end, I should say. Whoa, sending my camera flying. And we've got some cables to deal with here. So pump, power, I don't need any fans. Also pump USB, that's already been plugged in. So the pump side is good, really. Yeah, it doesn't, I believe because we have the USB plugged in, we don't have to worry about controller. We should be able to control everything through software because these ultimately plug in through software as well. Or USB software. So the USB end of it is what I mean. We'll go in and then the system will detect it. So the pump is kind of standalone. So really all I got to do here is, now, like I mentioned earlier, the fans, this is where we can actually take advantage of it. Okay, so the pump, I have to think for a second. So the pump is allowing you to connect in more fans based on the pump. Presumably the PWM speed, or you could take one of these and just find your next cable jack and plug it in if you want to individually do things. I think what I'll do, it looks like this might actually come in handy. Oh, these are 4. Okay. So I think what I'll do actually is I'll use that. Yeah. So the 3 fans that are on the AIO now directly are influenced by the pump speed or the pump PWM, which is, you know, generally what you'd want. So now we've got to connect up the hub. Oh, actually, I take that back. I want to do this instead. I thought so. It's been a second since I dealt with these. So on the controller, we're going to get a little close here. It's got 3 RGB/fan controls for ARGB, and then it's got a PWM, and then on the other side 3 more fan PWM. So basically through software you can control all your fan PWM and RGB through this single controller depending on how many fans you have in the system. We're going to have a total of, let's see, 3 6 7. So we're going to have one that's going to be standalone, and that's actually okay, which I think I'm going to leave that up to, we might have to cross that road when we get there. So for now, I'm going to plug in the 3 fans that come from the AIO into the PWM control for the controller. And then I'm going to plug in the RGB. So this controls, actually, no, I think we will be good. This controls 3 RGB fan controls, all in just one cable. And plug that into, I guess we'll go, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So I guess we'll go to this side. We'll go 1. Slot 1. And then, make sure I got that right. Slot 1, right here. Beautiful. So we got that all set up. So we've got room for many more fans just with one controller. Now, it'll need SATA power at some point when we get the power supply in. I do have USB that needs to go back to the motherboard, which I'm going to go ahead and take care of while we got a lot of stuff out of the way. And now we're maxed out on USB. That's how it goes, especially when you want lots of RGB. So I don't know if we're going to have a problem with that. That may be something that a road we cross when we get there, because we're already over 2 hours into the stream if you count the initial time that I was actually trying to start the stream. But I think I've got everything done for the AIO. I need a quick break with some water. Forget PSU, that's coming. Actually, that should be one of the next things. I was just getting all the cable connections done for the stupid AIO. All right. With that said, I'm going to get all these cables out of the way from the AIO because it's so much. I might need these and those zip ties. I don't think I'm going to... Oh, here is... No, that's not a USB splitter. I thought that was a USB splitter. I guess not. No. I'm going to flip on my overhead fan. I'm burning up in here. Thinking we should be able to make some pretty good progress here within the next hour and be just about ready for a post test, which I generally always like to include in my builds for you guys. I think that's important to see it, not just throw something together. All right, just getting all the rest of this AIO accessory stuff out of the way. There's so many little baggies. I'll put this in there with that. Starting to lose track of where all these thumb screws are coming from. Yeah, baggy. L3 Connect downloads. Oh, that's cool. They have just a QR code for learning how to use the software and downloading it, I guess. Okay, get all this out of the way. This is another thing that goes with that. That is not required for us anymore. As well as the AM4 or 5 original brackets and this original bracket for Intel, which we're not using. Get out of here. All right, get all this out of the way. So the net guy mentioned, where's the PSU? So we might as well jump right into that next. I'm just off camera grabbing it. This thing's a beast too. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see, get the, so we're gonna be working on this side of things. Don't forget the little magnetic, I think this is magnetic. Yeah, check that out. Magnetic mounting bracket thing for your, for the controller. So we'll work on finding a place for that. Right now I have no idea where I'm gonna put it, so I haven't done that. But I do like that Lee & Lee includes that. So let's get a look at this power supply. First time I've ever seen something like this. Let's go full overhead so we can really see what's going on here. So this is their Edge 850. This is also a platinum power supply. So high dollar, super amazing power supply. If I don't think it gets much better than this. If I were to guess, this is probably a $300 power supply, something around that nature. So quality comes with price. Get that over here. This is some wonky packaging because this thing's kind of tailor-made for Lee & Lee's cases, as far as I know. Okay, so this is just the box of cables, which we'll need some of them, not all of them. And the power supply, nicely snug in this form factor foam material here, so pretty cool. All right, for the most part, I'm gonna get the rest of this that I don't need out of the way. If I can close this contraption the way it came. I think I got it. All right, cool. This is a neat power supply. So the idea, I think, with this one is the way it mounts, like that, and then your cables are super like serviceable, where most of the times once you get your power supply in, it's really hard to like go back in and add more cables, especially with like a modular one where sometimes you might not know what you need. So very, very cool power supply. Let's figure out what we need for this power supply. The net guy said, oh yeah, I forgot PSU. Yep, I caught you there earlier on that. Blind Tech says, he's just sitting here chilling, watching my stream. I appreciate it, man. I think the stream quality or drop rate has improved. We did have some issues earlier, but I think now we're doing okay. The video to maintain smooth streaming, such as... okay. Actually, I just recently got that error. Well, actually, that error is probably old, but I think hopefully the stream performance is kind of evened out now. Look at this bag this thing comes with. Wow, very fancy. Drawstring bag and everything for all your cables. Fancy, fancy. More zip ties, nice. We will need some. Hopefully not too many. The idea is we have a limited amount of cables, hopefully, to deal with. So, a bag within a bag. Ooh, these are nice cables. They're like braided cables. Very nice. Oh, there's the power cable. I'm going to keep that in there because we don't need that. Give that to my buddy. I'm just going to get this out of the way. So I'm losing space. Always am. And get this opened up. Okay. Now we got to dig out what we need. So his 4080 will definitely need a 12 VH power cable. And look at that. That's a beast. 600 watts that would be delivered through this thing. So yeah, that's a monster. We'll need that at some point. So we won't need these traditional PSU cables because his is a 4080. Oh, wait. Is it? Oh, PSU. I was thinking PSU. I was thinking PCIe. So this is a CPU cable. We need that for EPS. Ooh, what is this? Oh, USB extenders? Oh, no way. That's awesome. This power supply comes with a USB hub. I saw that earlier. What is that? So we have no worry about any missing USB extras that we need. So essentially you can plug in all your things, like we might end up having to use it. All your USB to this, and then one just goes off, one cable just goes off to your motherboard. That is awesome. That's so sick. The built-in USB hub. Never seen that before. That is sick. I like that a lot. It also comes with this cable too that is a motherboard style USB to a normal type A USB, so that's interesting. I don't think we'll need that, but I really like that. We're probably going to use it. SATA, we need a SATA power, so we're going to put that out for what we need. I think we'll only need one. Ooh, I like how they man, look at that. Look how they orientated that. So like if you have like multiple drives, just bam, 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 plug them all in. But we won't need that because we only got one drive and it's on the motherboard. Sorry, I'm just getting geeked out here. This is motherboard 24 pin. Definitely will need this. Look at this too. I just realized built-in cable comes. That's really nice. Too bad we're out. Pretty much not going to see any of that because we're doing strimmer cables. And what else do we need? We also need one more PSU because it's an 8+4 pin. I think that's this. Yep, there we go. And that should be it, I think. What's the rest we got in here? Just more PCIe. Yep. Well, we'll see what we need if we need anything else when we cross that bridge. But this is definitely the coolest power supply I've ever seen. That is cool. That's hilarious. That guy just said that too. This USB hub just flat out sold me. That is so sick. It's just chef's kiss of PC building. All right. So since these are so easy to access, I'm just going to go ahead and not worry about really plugging anything into the PSU before I install it, and just go ahead and install the unit and then just start plugging things in. So hell yeah, let's do it. I think even this panel is removable. I just want to see how this works out. Definitely the coolest power supply ever. Yeah, we got a rubber foot to set the power supply on. Not real easy for you guys to see. I think I will have to actually just remove this and reattach it to the power supply and then attach it, because I can't see, because it is extra long right here with the way these cables are, or the terminals are. I can't quite squeeze it in there without it. Just about goes, but that's all right. Where did my screwdriver? There it is. So it looks like here, I think it's just 2 screws. Yeah. So we get this one off here, back here, and then one down here. I think this just fully comes out after that. So lots of modularity with this case. Oh, there's one right here too. And down below. So there's 4 that hold it in. Whoa. It's like a magnet right there. Oh, that's for the panel that was held in that I couldn't figure out at first. All right, so we're taking this off. Kind of stand up the power supply kind of like this. Get that over the top of it. I need to get my power supply screws that the kit came with. I know, right? I like Blind Tech saying he might grab one of these too. Like, I guess it would be, it is definitely very specific for this case now that I'm seeing it. But if you got the room in your case to utilize one of these power supplies, man, super sweet. Make sure I'm lining up the correct holes here. Those holes aren't open. Looks like I can only actually feed in 3. That's all right. That'll hold it. That'll hold it together. Should have grabbed that with my screwdriver. I'll get these started. There we go. Put this guy on here, like so. Just get it started for now. We'll apply some torque in a minute. Oh, okay. So nope, that isn't even a hole. Weird. There's like these spots where you could screw it in, but on this particular power supply, they're filled in. So this bracket is definitely made to be modular with other types of power supplies, which is nice. It's not just only tailor-made for this one. But in order to actually get it in, I had to remove it. Whereas probably with some power supplies, you don't have to. Get this good and torqued down. This one good and torqued down. And then we'll get this last and only screw that we can put on with the power supply and the bracket on there. Oop, I'm a little off-centered here. Back these off just a hair bit. There we go. Okay, get this last one going. All right, get this good and tight. All right, then this should just sit in nicely. Oop, other way. Definitely don't want the fan up against the backside, inside part of the case. That will do us no good. And then we'll just get the screws back on, and we'll have an installed power supply. Get that lined up. That magnet is strong. Wow, it just sucked the screw right to it. That's the magnet for the side panel. No wonder I was having trouble with it. The magnet is hold a jumbo jet together. Make sure I'm not going at a wonky angle with that. Uh-oh, just kicked one underneath the case. That feels funky. Why does that feel funky? Loosen the top one just a hair. Wow, it's sucking my screwdriver to it. Jeez. good and straight so I don't strip out the screw. I think I'm having to work it in no matter what. Don't like how that screw is going in. That was way too much force. Check that out in a second. Get these other two screws on. They're all the same size. What's going on? Having a little off center here. Need some adjustment space. Oh, I think I see the rack in the back. There's a cable that's pushing. Get her. I'll start with this one down low. Bracket's flexing a little bit with the power supply. I'm gonna get this other screw out. See if I can give myself some better adjustment. Seemed easy. Now it's trying to give me a fit. Do that one next. I think that'll help bring it together. That looks like it's going, there we go. I think that's better. So probably do those two screws first, then these backside screws. Yes, much better. There we go. Bracket was flexing just a little bit due to the weight of the power supply, not too much, but that magnet keeps throwing me off. It's like hold on to it tight, otherwise the magnet just sucks it right to the case. Get going. Jeez. Stupid magnet. Oh no. I got it. I see it. And magnet stole it again. This completely overpowers my screwdriver. Man, bracket is still a little bit off. There it goes. Got it all snug now. Okay, beautiful. So we'll flip this around. You guys get a good look at it. Because I got a little worn out from that. John Paul says, Seasonic has a PSU that has a vertical orientation hub. I think also Corsair does too, but from what I remember, I don't know for sure, but yeah, I think a lot of them do, or at least some of the big brands like this do. Very cool, super handy, love it a lot. So, all right, let's get some cables plugged in, huh? Because we're nearing the end. The end is in sight. So I'm going to start with big boy 24 pin. Actually, I'm going to bring in the strimmer cables because we got to work with those too as we're doing this. Which I'm wondering, did he get, which strimmer cable did he get here? So we definitely have the 24 pin. I know what that one is. Is this a strimmer for, oh, this is a 12 VH power strimmer. I've never used that one before. I was wondering about that. Did he get the one for a GPU? Because if he got like a triple or a double 8-pin, it's not going to work for us with that 12 VH power. So, sweet. We're set for that. We can just set it out of the way for the moment because we need the main cables plugged in before we do the strimmers. This PC is going to look so sick. All right. So, got one of these picked out. We'll just start with this first one. This is for CPU power. And so, like I said, super awesome. Threaded braided cables plus built-in cable combs. Doesn't get better than that. So we're going to find CPU. So CPU PCIe can be used for all these. I'm going to start at the top, plug that one in there. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. I'm trying to make it visible. Let's see. How's that? I think I got it. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, and then since we're starting with CPU, I'm going to get the other CPU cable, which is right here. Also, they give you Velcro straps on every one of the cables. That's super sick too. So really easy to just take care of them. And we're going to plug that in because remember we got a 8 plus 4 pin. Is that in? I thought I heard it click. Yep. Temporarily just going to feed this through where the CPU power is going to be. Just toss it on through there real quick. There we go. Next, let's just grab whatever I can see and grab next. This is the 24 pin, and there's only really one spot for that, at least on the power supply side. They always split them off with 20, or is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, however many of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a 14 plus 10. I don't know particularly the reason for that, but whatever. I just know that we'll have to address that and do it. Plug that in. Now streamer cable goes on this, so I'm going to keep it behind me for now because ideally we'll probably just have to kind of tuck everything in there and then only extend the streamer cable through. I'm just getting everything else plugged in. We know we need some SATA power for our RGB controller and possibly one more. So we're going to get this guy in, CPU PCIe, and then this is SATA auxiliary powers. So I'm going to just put that one in the top one. This should all stay behind, so I'm going to leave that off to the side. Lastly, 12 VH power. I think these are universal as far as like what side goes into what side. Now, I guess a good indicator for us really easily to see is the side that they want you to use for like at least the GPU side has the combs on it. So we know that would go to the streamer cable side. So this side we're going to use to the power side. Power supply side. Make sure we are going the right way and we give it a good amount of force to make sure it's fully seated, fully plugged in. Because we know about the issues with these things, which always is nerve-wracking, right? That sucker's in there. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and plug in this 2 motherboard USB hub extender. I want to use it. And that goes down below here. I think it only goes one particular way. I just have to kind of just like any old USB. Yep. Just find the pin out correctly, plug it in. That's in, and I'm going to send that underneath and figure out what I'll do with that in a minute. Cool. We are zooming. I feel like we are now at this point. John, the net guy, might have a different opinion of that. I'm just going to throw all these Velcros back in with his cables. I've got so much of that stuff, I don't need it. He can have it. Let's start with a streamer V2 cable. And another controller. Don't you love it? I think these are independent streamer controllers, so you definitely have to, you can't use the Lian Li fan controllers with these. That's really loud plastic. Oh wait, no, this is the 24 pin, sorry. I was like, that's not a 12 VH power. Okay. Get that off to the side. I'm just gonna get the cable plugged in, and then we'll figure out the controller stuff in a minute. So cable side obviously can only go one way. So this is basically like your motherboard side, just kind of like a normal cable extension, really. Again, only can go one way. Get this plugged in. Sometimes these can be wonky. Yep, I'm going the right way. It's because that 8-pin or 4-pin side of it is pulling away. There we go. Just pinch my finger. Nice. Okay. Got that. Now, without making a giant, I got to figure out exactly which. So we're going to go kind of high. So I think just right through right here. Oh, I'm seeing that. I have to do this. Flip it. I think. Yep. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and attach it now. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but you'll see in a second. So I'm just kind of gauging how much of this I need to kind of pull back, I guess. So that, all that big massive cable, which is nice about this power supply, is I can kind of work with it by feeding this stuff just down underneath. Just getting it out of the way, really. This won't be the final cable management. All right, next streamer cable, 12 VH power. More of that, more of that. So this should plug into the 24-pin controller. I think when you get these, you only get the controller with a 24-pin, so keep that in mind. Plastic. All that cable. It comes down into just that little stuff. It's kind of amazing that all that powers your GPU right there at the very end of it. Get this out of the way. All right, so that's good. 12 VH power, GPU side. Pretty simple again. We're only going to plug it in the only way it can go. Being careful. A little more difficult because these are tiny pinouts. Come on. Nope, I was going the wrong way. There we go. Make sure it's good and connected. Yeah. All right. And that'll eventually come into play somewhere. I'm going to run it low for now because I think that's about where it's going to have to go. Okay. We got cable fun here. I'm going to just tuck this stuff away off to the side. Again, this isn't the final cable management, although that honestly doesn't look all that bad. But I want to try to use some of the grommets. I just realized I did all this cabling work and I forgot to do the front panel. Yowza. But maybe we can definitely make use of some of the stuff here. There isn't a whole lot to really plug in. There's USB-C. This is all kind of just back there right now. So this USB 2.0, that is front panel. Oh, nice. Fully assembled, like front panel connector. Glad I picked up on that before I plugged in the GPU. That's always fun when you forget to do that and you have to go back. And then I'm going to take this USB 2.0, or that's HDMI. Actually, I don't think there is any. I think it's probably just USB 3 Type A and USB 3 Type C. HD audio's got to go though. I'm going to send that where it needs to go, hopefully. Yeah, that can come through here nicely. I'll turn it around here and show you guys the mess. And that It's definitely not going the way I want it to. I want it to go down. And right now, actually, I take that back. The one I just set through isn't going the way I want it to. Come on, come on. Okay, there we go. All right. Then standard USB 3.0. I think that wherever that is on the motherboard, looking for it. Where are you? Oh, it's on the side. I like that. Kind of helps for cleanliness. But we'll send that right on through. Just right with behind the GPU cable. And I think I can kind of keep that bundled in there. And then lastly, USB-C, Type-C, that's going to go kind of where it's going to come back through actually, and go behind the 24 pin with the strimmer cable. Figure out where my fingers are here. There we go. Ta-da. All right, glad it took care of that. We'll get to that in a second because we're still kind of working out back because we want to get the controllers connected. We're almost there. John Paul says he's here till the stream's over. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. We're getting pretty close. I'm not going to do a full like cable management. That, if you want to be a stickler for that, which I generally am, especially when I'm doing expensive builds like this for friends, yeah, that can take a fair amount of time. So we'll just make sure we get post tests. We'll make sure we got fans spinning, LEDs. Remember, we still got to install 4 more fans. Shouldn't go too bad though. All right, so we have USB or SATA power for the pump. I'm gonna plug that in. Again, I don't think I'm gonna use those fan splitters. I don't believe I will. For now, I'm just generically plugging in this controller here for the fans. We'll bring more fans into that in just a moment. But we've got the 2 cables for the strimmer cables that we got to connect up. And we've got a controller for that that also requires SATA power. They all do. Let's see. And needs USB connectivity. So at this point, I think we've needed 4 USB 2.0 connections. So if you don't have splitters, which generally is how I've gotten by with this, you're going to need a hub, which fantastically we do. Otherwise, you guys probably wouldn't have seen a lot of this working, to be quite honest. All right, so we've got another magnetic attachable mounting thing, which we'll figure out a place. I still am not sure. Get this untwisted. Come on now. All right, that's USB 2.0. RGB, don't necessarily need it. We're not going into the motherboard. We're going to use software. Best way I mean, if you're getting these cables, you better be using software because, for one, I'm a firm believer of motherboard software just being trash, especially Gigabytes. Sorry, it's trash. Plus, Leanly software is so customizable. Like, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're to buy all this stuff and not use it. So, not worrying about plugging in any ARGB connections whatsoever. We've got cable plugged in, or cable power plugged in. We've got to get the cables plugged in, and I think these are pretty specific. I think one is for the motherboard, and then the other 2 are strimmers, if I'm not mistaken. So I want to make sure I know which one's which coming out of here. Okay, 24 pin and 12 VH. Let's see if they look any different. They're basically exactly the same. It may not matter. I'm just gonna double check. Because I've had an issue with this before where I plugged it in the wrong port, even though it fits. It basically just doesn't work. Look, Luckily, we got some decent instructions this time, it looks like. So, this thing's just, look at that, color instructions. Alright. Where does it, oh, here's the cabling diagram. So, 24 pin goes in the long, narrow side as I thought. And then the other ones are for 8 pin or triple 8 pin. There isn't one that actually says 12 VH power. I wonder if that has, yeah, that has its own. It probably just uses one of those 8 pin, one of those standard ones. Does it say anywhere here? It just says how to plug it in. Do not connect the wrong type of LED connector. 12 VH power. Permanent damage may occur. Okay, so that says, remember, purchase streamer plus 2 24 pin or streamer L Connect 3 controller. We have that. And it looks like it can go into either one. So, if I turn it the exact orientation that it's pointing at, it says my 12 VH power one should go here. So we're just going to do that. We're going to follow it to the T. It's typically for the GPU. I think what it's more referring to is this other one. You can get ones for your CPU as well now. CPU power. And then the main 24 pin one goes in here on the side. So there's a purpose intent here. Hoping I don't have a spaghetti mess that I can't deal with in a moment. And then there's a switch, dip switch for the which one you're using. We'll flip that to this because that's what we're using. Okay, now we're good. We are technically all cabled up other than getting the GPU in and the fans. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the fans in. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to because I'm not going to be able to get them in when the GPU is in there. And this sucker is getting really heavy. Wow. All right. But we're getting very close to the end. So we're going to kind of maybe kick that off a little bit to the side. Let's get some of these motherboard connections connected up. So let's see, hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Little bit. Might just go full main screen to kind of help see that a little better. Yeah, I think that's better. So we're just connecting up the traditional USB 3 to the Type A ports for up front on the front panel. Try not to bend pins while I'm doing this. That would be good. Come on, boy. Get in there. Sounds cringy, but it's fine. All right. Just tight. And we'll send that cable back. So that's a nice clean look. Okay. USB Type C. Right there. I believe these are universal as far as their orientation. Yep. I already plugged in the 24 pin, so we've got the streamer coming out here. This will be for the GPU once we're ready. Get the CPU power. All right. So we want, let's go with, I guess this will be for just the 4 pin. 4 pins on this side. Send that back. Flip this cable over a little. Don't know. I don't think I can bring that cable comb in. Yeah, I can't really bring it in once it's attached to all 4 of them. And then this one goes here. Simple as this. Again, same thing. Flip it over. So we've got an 8 plus 4. Where's it? I think we had at least, oh yeah, there's the other cable comb. So we can make that look pretty good looking. I might give him a black cable comb to just tidy up that one that I have. But with that pulled back, that should look pretty good. So this is our USB hub, USB 2 hub, or this is HD audio, sorry. Let's plug this in the bottom left of the board where that generally always goes. make sure we're going the right way. We are. In it goes, and pull the excess cable back. Wherever it is down back here at this point. There's no telling. And I'm going to pull back these two USB 2s and plug it into the hub. Cleaner up front, more party in the back. So we'll get those connected up. It's so awesome that that power supply has that. And then this is the main one from the power supply right here. And we'll just plug that into this guy right here. As well as feed that cable back. Get it nice and clean looking. And the front panel only goes one way. Because, yeah, they just gave us a full connector for it. Bam. Front panel connections should all be like that. Come on, it's not that hard. If you can, they're all the same now. Beautiful. Oh, I like how this is like an intent purpose like cable holder, but I don't know. It's not that great. I just pull it back a little more. Maybe that's what that's for. I don't know. Okay, so all motherboard, front panel connections, pump connection, everything's plugged in other than just getting the 3 or 4 remaining fans plus the GPU. We are nearly there, guys. Blind Tech says, will this be your new editing rig? No, this is not even going to be my rig at all. I wish it was, because, man, this thing blows away my editing rig. This is for a friend of mine who's an enthusiast himself, a gamer mostly, but likes to have the kind of the best of the best. And he's like, hey, do you want to build this PC for me? Like, heck yeah, man. You buy all the expensive parts, I put it together, and I make content off it. Sounds like a win-win to me. So that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of these fans in here. We got 3 we need to kind of connect up and put down on the bottom. This thing's getting heavy. John Paul says USB 4 is Type-C only. Yeah, it's kind of crazy it's taken so long. I think I've seen some of those motherboards where there's only Type-C. But slow to adopt the USB standards or changes, I guess, in totality. So we got each fan singly and individually wrapped here. Now, I always wondered about these, like, they come with these film pieces. I think, are you supposed to put them over the fans? I never did that with mine. Yeah, I don't know. So what I'm talking about is, I'll show you guys on the overhead main. With the fans, the Infinity fans specifically, they come with these film pieces. You, I guess, would put over that. I'm wondering if that's actually to help protect it, so that when you go to maybe clean it, it doesn't scratch it. I'm gonna experiment with that. I was lazy with mine and I was like, I don't know what these are. I don't need these. So all mine don't have them on there. So, I guess that makes sense. That's what I was thinking that would be for. Gonna have a lot of mess with each individual fan here. All right, there's one. All right, and another cable, which we don't actually need. Actually, I'm gonna put that back in the box. We only need 1 cable for this set of 3 that we're gonna be connecting up. We'll need some screws, possibly need the film thingies, wherever it just put them. Don't need instructions, done this many a times. And get the fan out. So fan number 2. And that will go back. So I'm going to save that one for him because it's got some good stuff in it. And fan number 3. How many of you guys have used these types of fans before? Or any of the Leanly fans before? Maybe not the Infinity ones, but just a pulse check on anybody that's in the chat. About to be 12 a.m. here. Yeah, I hear you, Blind Tech. I'm moving as fast as I can. I think we should be pretty close to being done within 30 minutes or so, hopefully. Maybe less. Maybe less. Need more of that. Not more of this. Instruction manual. If he ever messes with them. Okay. Let's get these 3 fans all connected. So the cool thing and easy thing about them is you got like the kind of male-ended prong here, the electrical prong for the kind of more flat end side here, and they just kind of go together like this. Squeeze them together, 2, now 1 unit, and then do it again. Ta-da! There we go. So now we got to kind of figure out cabling orientation. So if I'm putting this in here like this, we want that air blowing up. So we definitely have at least that. Actually, I can pull that mounting bracket out, which I will. But I'm just trying to figure out my cable. So this guy here for the fans. So many twisty ties I've undone tonight. All right, pretty decent, good length here. So you guys saw me do this, but not really. I was doing it underneath the AIO. But here's the deal. So you can actually attach, I think, up to 6 all in one. But we're only doing 3 because we need to, we're going to have one up here. We can't really connect them. So the idea here is we just take this, just goes over like that. And I'm thinking it, oh, so that way we have to orientate it this way. And so this is how it's going to sit kind of in the case, and then the cabling run is going to go this direction. Or, oh, yep, it only does go one way. So here's a really cool thing about Leanly fans, which I'm about to show you. So now we've got this cable going off in the opposite direction that we don't want, right? Not good. Not a problem. So if we pull up on this, trying to get it without breaking it. Or, oh, it just slides over, and now we pull up. Okay, so there's our cable orientation. We want to go the other direction, right? Simple as this. Flip it. Get it laying flat, like that. Get the cables together. Get this guy back on. Trying to anyway. Come on. Don't make a fool of me. Oh. Yeah. There we go. And then it says even to lock or unlock, there's a little instructional thing there. I'm going to push it back. Oop, not the whole thing, just the little locking mechanism thing. There we go. It's locked into place now. When we lay it in the case, we've got the cables the right way we need it to go. So very nifty. Did you need to tell me that? I don't know, unless you needed to know. Is there a reason I'm live now? Why, is there a problem with me being live now? Can I be live if I want to? All right, says Mr. R.Y. Hill, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna just figure out kind of what I want to do with exactly where I want these fans placed. I think that's a pretty good spot. So flip it over. Get that lined back up again. No, okay. That'll probably do it. Kind of want a little bit of, there we go. I think that'll be a little evened out. Grab these fan screws. Technically, I guess you can get away with like 2 to 4 of these. I don't think I'm gonna put a huge amount in, probably 2 on each side. Get these screwed down on the bracket, which leanly makes very simple for us to get these things installed. I'm looking at this. There should have been, I think, some type of, because I just got RGB and PWM control. Should have been something I can plug into the controller with. I'll check on that. I think I saw that. And we'll just do 4. I think that is plenty enough. Sound dampening rubber on the fans too, so it's gonna be just fine. And we'll do one more over here. Don't forget to, on these fans, pull the, I thought that was supposed to pull off the little protective film. Pull off the little protective film, even though this is facing down. Ooh, shiny. Like a mirror. Yeah, I was supposed to grab the film. It didn't on the first one. There we go. Okay. Shiny, and we'll never see it again. Now, I guess let's take a look at this real quick, because we pull that off. I mean, it's like chrome level shiny. I think it's still plastic, but I'm curious with these. Maybe I just did these wrong with my own personal system. Is we install these over the top of those to protect them, I'm assuming. So like if you go back to clean them, I don't want to get my fingerprints on this though. How do you do this without doing that? Oh geez, now I got a fingerprint on the, see, I think this is more trouble than it's worth. Hold on, let me get a microfiber to wipe off my fingerprint. What do you guys think? Is that more trouble than it's worth to put those protective things on there? Or I'm assuming it's to help prevent scratches, like if you come back and clean it yourself, or you just pull those off. I don't know. But yeah, get that little, there we go. See, this is, unless I'm just straight up being a dummy about this. So you get that on there and then pull back on this one. I don't know, I feel like that sits funny. I don't like that. I feel like that's like, it adds complexity that's unnecessary. I'll let my friend figure out if he wants to do those. I have leftovers with mine, so I'll give him that. I'm gonna take this back off though. I don't like it. Now I can't get it off. That's pretty tough material. I think I kind of like the raw shininess of that, and whatever. We're gonna go with that. Saving ourselves some time here. So pull that guy off. Pull that guy off. Very nicely shiny. That's gonna go straight on in. Down below. Get this fan cable up out of the way. That lays right in like that. I'm gonna send these cables through. Like I said, I move those cables in a way that will help us move these out of the way from the fans. Got one coming through. Just got to figure out how I can get these fans that don't have the kind of proprietary Lee RGB control to actually work. I think there's an adapter cable that they give you with these, so that's not it. But I believe I saw that somewhere within all of our cabling mess. We're going to proceed forward, though. Is that it? No, that wasn't it. Those are zip ties. So that's installed. Look at the little screws that hold the bracket down there. I'm not yet going to pull off the protective films on the front of the fans. In fact, I might just let him do that, or I'm going to at least wait till I get the GPU in so I don't get my fingerprints on there. All right, nearly there, guys. Need one more fan. Is that what I was looking? No, I keep thinking that's it. Oh, there, I think it is. Yeah. Okay. Luckily, just the kit from the AIO had it. So what I was talking about... Oh, that's not it. That's... Here it is. So, remember, we had a proprietary RGB connector for the fans that had to go into the controller. Well, this has the standard RGB 5-volt. So I'll need this to actually plug in the fans correctly to the controller. It looks like we got two of them. Oh, thank God. Because otherwise, we're going to have one all by itself. Sweet. Happy about that. All right. We are nearing the end, guys. Just going to get this last fan in and then get the GPU in and then boot it up. Like I said, cable management is not something I'm going to focus on right now. Really, because we've been at this for right at about 3 hours. This is not an average build. This build comes in near $4,000. So clearly a build like this takes some time. But we're going to make sure it has functionality to it before we call it a night. So with one fan, we will need another one of these proprietary Lee cables, which is fine. Just going to double check on orientation here. So we want the cable to attach in a way that's pointing somewhere good. It's probably going to have to be here, and I'm probably going to have to take it up and over through like the CPU power, which should look pretty clean actually. We can drape the cable right over there. All right, almost there, almost there. More twisty ties. All right. Okay. So let's get this cable attached first. I think this will work out in our way that we need it to. Beautiful. So ideally, like I said, we're going to run the cable straight through. Awesome. Let's get it attached. This is actually, I feel like things are kind of speeding up a little bit. I'm just going to drape that cable while I get this fan in place. Kind of get it mocked up. In fact, well, it's not like we really need to peel this reflective protector on this side. You're not going to ever see it, but I'll do it anyway. And then we won't see that side of the fan. But I think, yep, that seems good as far as it being kind of even. My mic is still alive. It's been going for 3 hours, so I've been trying to double check, make sure it doesn't die. Its battery dies. I have a backup just in case. There we go. last fan screw. Okay, and like I said, we'll take this down and through. Kind of just line up with the rest of the cables, probably like a zip tie here to kind of keep everything nicely together. I'm going to connect up these adapter cables to the hub, so that way all of our fans will now run off just that single hub, which is very, very convenient. So I'll show you guys that. This is the strimmer hub, and we got a mess back here. All right, so we plugged in, so this is coming from fans down below and fans up top right here. This doesn't necessarily matter where you plug in, but we're gonna just go ahead and do it. And I thought this was 6 before. This is actually 2x2. So it's 2 RGB controls, 2 PWM controls, 2 RGB controls, 2 PWM. So still quite a bit of fan options, because now we've got 7 plugged into one hub. But really cool because we can do all of our RGB and PWM control just from a single controller through software. And that's actually how I have mine set up too. In my editing rig, my main rig, I've got 14 of these fans. So you can go wild with it. All right, we're just getting this adapter plugged in. There we go. Now we can plug in the Lee & Lee side of things. And it goes. Beautiful. Next one. Oh, I had 3 of these. Nice. The other fans were there. They are. This is the back fan. So we'll just spin this around. Get RGB or PWM in first, and RGB to RGB. Here we go. Like so. All right. And plug that guy in down below, and we are done. Now, we're not done. Obviously, this PC needs a lot of attention in terms of all the cleanup, because, yeah, you guys see it spilling out. It's pretty out of control right now. But, oh, we did send those USB 2s back. Let me get that plugged into the power supply hub. Otherwise, none of this is going to work. I know I sent another one. Where is it? And here somewhere. Where are you? Oh, let's do this one up. That. Okay. And this. I think that's all of them. So, yeah, look at how many we would have. And I've already got one plugged in. So we definitely wouldn't have had enough USB 2. So thank God for this power supply with its hub. I promise I can't see back there too well. Need my phone for some light real quick. All right. So just like that, looks like. I think. Where's the non-hole? Oh, yep. Okay, so the USB lettering is facing away. There we go. Beautiful. USB lettering facing away. Beautiful. And one more. And we actually have room for one more connection too if we need it, which I think we're in the clear of. We don't need any more as far as I know. Oh, did I get that in there right? Yep. Okay. Awesome. A mess. At least on this side. I don't think I have any more. USB 2.0. We'll know when we boot it up, I guess. So, all right. And I don't need these cables for that. Spin it on around. All right. It's nearly post time, guys. This PC is getting heavy. Woo. All right. Main scene. Main action scene. Here we go. Should I put the glass panels on? Oh, wait. What am I thinking? We don't have a GPU in here. Oh, my God. Couldn't have done without that. Ugh. RTX 4080 Super. If you like spending lots of money on graphics cards. All right. I'm almost there, Net Guy. Almost there. Got it. Got all my cables plugged in. At least I hope so. I got my EPS power plugged in. And just getting this GPU, and all we gotta do is slot it in and plug in the cable, because the cable is plugged into the power supply. So let me go overhead with this, because you guys gotta take a look at this beautiful, beautiful card. Let me scoot this a little more. This PC is fat. Okay. Gigabyte. I did take a peek at this card just because I really wanted to. So they supply you with 12VH power connector adapter, which we don't need. So just going to keep that in the box. We've got some bracketry for, you know, anti-sag, which I think we'll be fine with, because the quality of this case and card is very good. We'll see how it sits. I might have to adjust that. If I do, it'll be off camera at the thing. So here we go. Get the box closed. Backside. I think I got a sticker to peel here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Take this guy off. And then here's a shot of the money shot. Oh yeah. It's gonna look, I think, perfect with this setup. I thought for a second this motherboard was white. It's not, and color scheme wise, a little sprinkling of some whites and kind of like cleared looks from the fan blades and all that. I think it's looking perfect. Don't forget to get these off. A little easier to do with like some needle nose, or some tweezers, I should say. They just come back. Come on. One. Got to get your shiny on. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. 2 and 3. So I've actually used this same kind of card, actually the exact same model, except the Arrow version. It's just the white version of this card in a stream I did about a year ago, maybe not quite a year ago, for a buddy of mine who's a pro Fortnite player. So I know this card, its capabilities. I think this has some more RGB in it though, like as you can see, like the hub. So might look into seeing if there's a way to vertical mount this thing, which I think there is. I think like you can flip the orientations, but for now we're just going to get it in there because we've been really pecking away at time here. One last thing to peel right here. So I think that lights up some RGB. And I'm going to just get this set down for a second. Get this giant box out of the way. Oh man, my studio is an absolute disaster. Okay. Get you guys a fantastic view of this if I possibly can. I'm just gonna have to go main scene view. Yeah, we'll do that. Which got to remove. It looks like that's gonna sit right on the top one. Okay, that's interesting. Usually you don't see that. Oh, that's really tight. So taking out the first expansion bracket slot. Gone. I think I need to do, yeah, just 2. Even though this looks like it is like a 3.5 to 4 slot card. Really need to plug in or get the oops, forgot to take that out. Just the 2 brackets to hold it in. There we go. Here it goes. Open. Yeah, there we Oh, this has got like a smart advanced latching system too to get to your GPU. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, slot in. Ooh. Yeah, so there's like a button over here by the RAM that you can push that'll pop the slot on the PCIe, because as you can see, it's pretty tough to get in there. So I really like that. We'll just get this secured down. Always kind of pull up on a little bit if you can. Actually, I don't really need to, because it's just sitting on the screw below it. But typically you want to do that, just try to get it level and not do that. God, look at this thing. Monster. Get it started nice and slow. There we go. Will it smoke out? Will it let the smoke out? Says that guy. It better not. Jeez, yeah, that thing's just so heavy for my screwdriver. Oh man, that's hard to get that last screw in there. Did I get it? Got it. Nice. All right, cool. Let's double check that. Feels pretty darn sturdy in there, so I don't know if I'm gonna need any kind of support. Might look into, because it has some RGB fan hubs, I think you can vertical mount. I'm not entirely sure. I have to look into that. But functionality wise, time wise, we're gonna see if this guy will post. So bringing in this 12VH power cable. It's getting bound up pretty good back here. All right, don't want it, definitely don't want tension on this cable. It's always been an issue. And make sure we're going in the right way. Yes. These pins are so tiny. All right, push that in real nice and good. Jeez, yeah, especially with that. Look at that chunker of a. Definitely have to push the cable a little bit back in order to get glass panels on, but should be good and fully seated. Just double checking on that. Okay, that won't bind on the fans. We'll straighten that out, make that look more pretty in the end. We're there, guys. Sure, why don't we strip off these stickers here to get a good looking effect. One more. Definitely has them here too. I know I got one in the middle that I can't quite reach. I'll get to that later. And then I think we got two on this, some more on the sides here. Woo. Yeah, these infinity fans look sweet. So I definitely want them to be looking good for them. Take off the interior. Oh, did I take that one off already? Oh, check. Oh. Nope. Come on. Probably getting fingerprints on it. Probably should have done this earlier. Get it, get it, get it. Oh, are you serious? Okay. We'll fix that later. So literally having some troubles here. Okay. Beautiful. Let's go with pulling, I guess, the interior. Actually, I'm going to leave that on because I might get my hands back in there. So we'll pull these ones off on the front because shouldn't be messing too much anymore here. And that's really going to show off that infinity look. Oh, yeah. This one out back. Beautiful. And then this guy on the front AIO top. Nice. Alrighty. Losing my voice. I'm talking forever. All right, trying to give a good, I think that's, looks like a good angle. All right. Let's Surprised it doesn't come with a set of jumper cable leads. Yeah, I'm hoping that as soon as I power it on, my whole studio doesn't go dark, because I got a lot of stuff going on right now. I think we'll be good, though. I think we'll be good. It's really the only PC that's really running in here that's consuming, I wouldn't even say a significant amount of power, is my streaming PC right now. The main rig's shut down just because I know this guy is going to be pulling a lot. So I'm going to find me just an HDMI port here on the GPU. Plug into that. Get my monitor set up. Not too bad. I definitely, I think I've had longer builds. What do you think, John? You guys like to give me trouble about that all the time. And make sure that's good and visible for you guys. I think so. Definitely what helped me. I mean, technically, I guess I kind of almost built this build in like a little over 2.5 hours. Had a rough start. Troubleshooting things. Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't start till like 8:30, 8:40. That's got power. Ugh, I'm worn out. All right, so you guys can't see all the mess in the back, but that's not what matters. Okay, and power is on in the back. Oh, I forgot where the power button is. I think it's back here on the side. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, all the fans look to be spinning and lighting up. Sweet. Post test, post test, post test, post test. Am I gonna get it? That is the main thing. Those fans are beautiful. You can really get some cool effects going with those fans too. Memory's lighting up, that's good. I don't see the pump isn't lit up at all. It's moving stuff though. I feel it. Maybe I missed plugging in something. Don't believe so. Oh, I think I missed plugging in some RGB for it, maybe. Yeah. Probably do that. I still don't have a post. Come on. Sometimes these DDR5 systems for the very first time take a strong second. Memory training is slow at first. Turn monitor on. It was on. Yeah, it's on. Double check. Oh, come on. All right, do you guys see any like codes? I can't see from here. Let's go. I'm probably going to walk around and then I'll post. Watch. Oh, it has a light. Let me see. That says VGA. Are you kidding me? VGA light is on. I think that's what that says. Mm-hmm. Sure does say VGA. How about that? Well, let me scoot over here. I know that GPU's in there. Wonder if it... Dang it. GPU needs more power. Yeah, no kidding. What the heck? I know those cables are well connected. Let's see. I'm gonna power it down real quick because I think I missed plugging in at least one small thing for the RGB for the AIO. Turn that guy off. Oh wait, actually, no, I take that back. Nope, that went right. Oh, I think my USB 2 was a little unplugged for the AIO. Okay, let's check out what's going on. Like, I hammered that sucker in there. There's no freaking way. It's in there. I'm checking the side of the cable from the strimmer cable, because it's possible maybe I got that loose while feeding it through. Double checking that. Highly doubt that. Oh yeah, get on there. And I'm gonna check the power supply side. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just pushing down on the cables, making sure they're good and fully seated. Oh, you know what? I might not head all the way down on the power supply side. I felt like it pushed in a little more. I'm going to go with that and hope that was it. Okay, let's give this another try. Power back on. Let's see what we got. Also want to see if I got... Okay, I think I got... swore I just saw lights for the CPU for a second. Maybe it does want that cable. I do have one more of them. No post. This actually would be my first failed post if I can't get it here in a minute. There's that cable I was looking for. Yeah, it looks like maybe I do gotta plug this in. What's it saying now? I'm guessing VGA. I'm guessing. There's a light on. Let's see, it says VGA. Alright, let's unplug the strimmer. Whoops, just kicked my camera. Let's unplug the strimmer and see what happens. Just go raw cable. Stupid cables. And I want to plug this in for the pump top because it looks like pump top is giving us fits. GPU is lighting up, so it's getting power of some sort. Yeah, I wonder if that power... So, yeah, we're getting power through the strimmer cable. Well, actually, no, I take that back. That power's coming from the controller. But the lights on the GPU, I wonder if that's only coming from the PCIe slot. If I were to guess. So I had a dead GPU previously that was getting lights on the GPU, but nothing else. I think that was only coming from the PCIe. So I'm only guessing at that. I don't know for sure. So one thing here to do is I think this will fix possibly. Oh no, that won't. No, that doesn't work that way. I don't know what's up with the CPU cooler now. Maybe the CPU cooler does not like this hub. I'm going to plug it straight into the motherboard as well. And it's got power. Not going to troubleshoot too much longer, honestly, guys, because we've been at this forever. But I'm going to put this in here and see if I can resolve the CPU powering up LED issue thing. And then I'm going to feed the 12VH power cable through. It's not good to be unplugging and plugging in these 12VH power cables either. They actually do have a finite amount. So from what I've heard anyway, that you should be doing this. Golly, getting in here is a pain in the ass. How does that even come out? Should have a clip. These fan fins are really sharp. Work your way out. Nope. Oh, there it is. There we go. That was a little rough. Okay. So let's go raw dog 12VH straight from the power supply. side. Yep. Good. Okay. That's in there good. Double check the backside one more time. It can only go one way, which I got in correctly. Okay, let's see what happens here. Hopefully 2 resolved issues. next be PCIe if that doesn't work. Different port plus power. Yeah. Okay. I'm still waiting. Actually, the GPU's got lights. I don't know what's up with the CPU cooler. If I've missed something there, as far as at least the lights. So I was really wanting to see that. I must have missed something. It was in my haste of doing things. Looks like we still have VGA as a problem. That was the problem with the CPU cooler. That wasn't in all the way. Huh. Very interesting. Feel the difference. Okay. Yeah. Still on VGA. Very interesting. Try unseating it and reseating it. Haven't tested this card. I mean, it's possible. It's DOA. Let me do this. I'm not sure if it'll work technically with this system, but I got like a junker little VGA. Little tiny graphics card that's powered just by the PCIe slot. Usually use this for testing things like this. Maybe it's the slot. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be motherboard, could be. There's lots of things. I'm gonna put this guy in there though. So this is just a little tiny video card basically. And just see if we get some display. And then I might have to, on a bench, just test the GPU. See what's going on with that. Just be so my luck. All right. What do you guys think? Should I try just reseating it real quick? See if that does anything? See if like I got a bad seating problem? Or just rip it out and put this guy in first? IGP, now they're, John Paul, these processors don't have a built-in graphics, so it's only can be used with the GPU. We're not Intel, unfortunately. At least I don't think so. Maybe they've done something different with the latest X3D, but my understanding was any of the X chips don't have built-in iGPUs. Spare GPU. All right, let's try that. So the good thing about this is there's this button. So now I get to showcase it. How does it work? Push it down. How does it work? Can't see it. Oh yeah. Cool. Golly, this thing's a honker. What is it? Oh yeah, that 12VH power's got it, I think. What am I? Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably disconnect. I'm trying to not. All right, I'll disconnect it. Put it back in so I can disconnect it. It's twice now we've had to. 12VH power is pretty tight. All right, now we can get this out of here. I like this button. It's very nice. What still has it? Stuck on something. What in the world? Oh, it's the display port. Jeez, really? The cover. Get out of there. I'm gonna literally have to seat it again just to get that thing out. This is tight. Get her. All right, one more time. There we go. All right, baby GPU. Good for nothing but display. Never fails me though, typically. I say typically. go. And great thing about that is no PCIe power required. So definitely a good troubleshooting. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. Piece of hardware to have. All right. Make sure I'm not catching anything on these cables. There we go. Onward we go. Now let's see if we get display. Where's that? There's the dang button. There it is. All right. I powered up my little GPU. And now I can actually, all right, I see it's cycling. There's the CPU. I literally think we're stuck on VGA there as well. Gotta be kidding me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna give it just a hair bit more. What else could I put in here? Sometimes I've noticed with this little micro GPU, whatever it is, it's pretty darn old, so sometimes modern hardware has a fit with it. What do I have? Don't really have anything else that... Let me see what... I'm going to rustle around in my studio here real quick, see if I can bring something into the picture for this. Only other thing is I got an ancient RX 470. Or it is that PCIe slot. Could be. I'll bring in that RX 470 just in case. Yeah, we still got a VGA. Alright, well, I guess that it's better to have a bad motherboard that only costs like $250 than a bad GPU that costs $1,000. Yeah, I'm going to try another slot just because it's real simple to swap here real quick. So, bye-bye. It's funny pushing that button for this little GPU. Let's get it right. Yeah. What are you stuck on now? Oh, it's got an old like VGA slot. Alright, so I need to grab second from the bottom. Alright, we're trying a new PCIe slot. If this works, it's possible maybe I can flash motherboard BIOS to fix this issue. It's kind of weird. That shouldn't be a thing at all. Come on, now. That wasn't fully. I have a theory now. It's a theory, guys. But oh. Hold on before I explain my theory. I pushed this through way incorrectly. Okay, there we go. We'll test this. Jeez, this is tight with this. It's got an old VGA display port. It's kind of throwing fits getting it in here. There we go. I wonder, my theory is, I wonder if I had it completely seated on kind of more the backside, or I guess towards me side of the PCIe bracket. That feels about as good as in there as it possibly can get. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. All right. Sometimes that can happen with a big GPU where you got a lot of stuff to work with. Again, I'm not super confident it's gonna like this GPU. It's fan spinning, right? Yep, it's spinning. It's at least powering it up. No change, it looks like. Chips are a tiny bit cheaper and save money because they don't have to include graphics transistors. Yeah. Oops, forgot to plug in the HDMI at least here. It's still showing VGA though. I mean, should be fine, but hell, let's do one more boot just to be sure. Now I'm thinking, did I plug in HDMI in the top slot? I don't remember. Losing my brain. It's been a long day. Cables, like, and I had the HDMI cable definitely plugged in when I had the big GPU in. Oh, did it do something different? No, went right back to VGA. Check DRAM, then went bam, right to VGA. I do have the HDMI cable plugged in. You guys can't see it out back, and I'm not trying to move things around too much at this point. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Only other thing I can think of is this GPU, this motherboard may not necessarily like. This came out of like an OEM from like, God, like 10, 12 years ago, maybe more. And I have had some rare instances where some systems don't like it and throw a VGA or something like this. We go on a whim. Only problem is I don't have any PCIe power plugged in. I do have this RX 470, but it needs PCIe power, and then I'd have to go get PCIe power and plug it in. I'd try the RX 470 next, but then try the 4080 Super in your other rig. Yeah, problem is I don't have another thing with 12 VH power. I could, well, I'd have to take out I guess I could bum this power supply. All right, I'm going 470. It is generally pretty not too bad to plug in the PCIe power. So I'm gonna go with that. Just gonna have to grab one of those cables. See, I don't like this slot design. It's kind of, I have a theory. So if this works, okay, that's, all right, looks good, give it a shove. Tiny little PCIe power that I need. Grab that. We'll test that real quick. I should be able to run this pretty quick. Need a regular PCIe power. What is this one? I think that's it. Yep, it's got a splitter in it. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. Yeah, I could do adapters, John. Yeah, that's a good idea. Didn't think of that right off the bat. Good plan, sir. I definitely got enough juice to run in my own PC. Now I'm really thankful for the design of this power supply where it's easy to just plug things in. Alright. That's plugged in. I'm just going to bring it through like... Jeez. I'm bring it through where I have the 24 pin because I actually have more space. It's gonna look wonky as heck, but it doesn't matter. It'll work. All right. This is basically just an RX 470 tester card because they aren't worth anything anymore. It's the only reason I keep it around. All right, that is without a doubt seated in there. HDMI cable is going in. Plugged in completely. All right. Let's see. Give me something. Testing DRAM, VGA. Oh, I got a post. When is it on right now? Funny thing is, it says it's still on VGA, but I got a post. Okay, I have a theory. This card may not work with this type of hardware. It is old, like I said, and I've had issues before. I'm may not have had the GPU seated 100%, because it is a bit wonky being this very top slot, and I'm basically right up on the motherboard VRM heatsink. I might have been a little cockeyed. I could try with adapters. Yeah, that's a good point. Could be the 12 VH power. Let me try going back to 12 VH power first, because I have a theory I might have couldn't see. Okay, a couple things to try. Shouldn't take too long. I mean, this is fun, right? It's different. All right. All right, let's get this out of the way for now. I'll keep it plugged in because I might need to use one of them if we just use adapters and no 12 VH power. Yeah, it's hard for you guys to kind of see the way, like, the card has to, like, come out. It's kind of does not feel good. See, I think I'm struggling just to get this one out. There we go. All right, let me go YOLO on it one more time. Okay. Very specifically put force on the backside here where maybe I might not have had it seated in all the way. That seems pretty good. I'm gonna go non-RGB cable for the moment. Because I think maybe what have happened, I was pushing pretty darn hard here on the 12 VH power. I might have pushed it out of slot a little bit. See how it's kind of moving. All right. HDMI, going back in. And I don't have that DisplayPort cover that was kind of impeding earlier. I feel pretty good about this. I think this might work. Here we go. I always keep losing this power button, it's so tiny. There we go. Work for me, baby. Yeah, it's definitely a better way to do it, John. Lay the case on its side. Oh, I think. Got a post. That was it. So, like what John Bacon's saying right now, lay the case on its side to allow gravity to assist you, so that way you don't have possibly a wonky mounting. So I'm pretty sure what I was doing is pushing pretty hard on the 12 VH power to make sure it sat really well, because, you know, very you know, scared that I won't have that seated right and the card burn up, because we've seen things like that happen. And I think what I did is I started to pull it away from the PCI slot in the back. So definitely, yeah, if you're building on your own, you're not running a YouTube channel trying to show off what you're doing. Yay, post reward. Thanks, John. Oh, yeah, I worked for this one, didn't I? So I guess last thing to do is, yeah, we got to get that streamer cable back in, right? So let's do that real fast. But yeah, I had a theory once I saw how this card probably just doesn't work with the system, I have a feeling. And then after seeing how this one also struggled to go in, it's a little wonky back here. It's pretty tight, just the nature of the PC case. And then the problems I had with the 12 VH power, making sure I'm, you know, smashing that into place correctly. Gosh, the king, it's so hard to get my fingers in here. All right, let's get you strimmered out. 12 VH power. All right, that's on there good. And this guy, geez, lining this up is fun. All right. Ow, my thumb. Make sure that's good. Don't have the thumb screws on it though, but we are in there about as good as it can get. Here we go. Hopefully back to normal. This Power buttons drive me nuts. Now buy me a beer next time. I did buy you a beer once. No, you bought me some too. All good. All right. Please go back to a post screen. Do it. You gotta be kidding me. You guys saw it firsthand. You gotta be kidding me. Oh man. I'm an idiot. Well, we may not see it. Maybe. I think Blind Tech was yelling at me the whole time. Get your HDMI cable in there. All right, hold on. I know sometimes you can get VGA errors if you don't have a cable plugged in. I've seen that happen before. Give this a good shove one more time. That looks good. That looks good. Make sure that's in there. Good. Yep. All right. Now I'm a little worried if my friend takes this home and then immediately has this problem. If it wedges its way out on the way home. Okay. Last time with the HDMI cable in. Do it. Do it. Do it. You gotta be kidding me. Nothing looks weird out of place back here. This PC hates me. Possibly the streamer, yeah. Wow. Okay. Golly. All right. First thing I'm gonna do. It goes off. I'm gonna make sure I don't have the thumb screws on just because I've been moving stuff so much. I'm gonna get this really hammered down so that way the bracket won't move. I had this before, but for some reason. Real tight. Do both of them. It's so hard to get that top one. Let's notice this too. Whee! 4080 said only the RGB in the card is enough. There's no way that's not. I want to do one more boot because I tightened this bracket up good. Like, it's super tight. This thing should be, I'm looking at the PCIe fingers. It looks like it's good and evenly mounted in there. All right, one more time with our streamer cable on. If this doesn't work, I don't know. I'll have to do some more independent testing with the streamer cables on, but it's possible. Never had problems with it, but I also never used a 12VH power streamer. Give me a post. Give me a post. Yeah. It's looking like it, fellas. Yep. Thinking the cable. Alright, the only way to really, I guess, prove that out, so to speak, is I mean, you guys saw it working with the no streamer on. So let's take it off. It's very possible. That's what happens when you add these aesthetic extras. You're adding points of failure. Come on out. If I get an immediate post here, I'm gonna say we're gonna call it the end here, guys. At least knowing that all the major components are working. Strimmer, seemingly maybe not. In you go. All right. No strimmer. Yeah, 12 VH power is from the PSU directly. So this is from the Lee. That worked earlier. Oops. Then I messed with, okay, maybe the strimmer will work because I thought my mounting. Oops, I'm hitting the damn reset button. Oh my gosh, these buttons back here drive me nuts. There we go. All right. We get a post here, yeah. I mean, it could be this guy. Give me a post, give me a post. We know this should post this way. Come on. I did it earlier. HDMI cable is plugged in. Hoi, this build. Yep, still VGA. And now I got no post. Again. Yep. Something's got to give. I don't know. I'm kind of almost inclined to think maybe the strimmer cable is okay and something else is going on. Because this is weird. PSU was 12. No, the PSU is 850 watt platinum. Monitor is on. Yep. 600 watt, 12 VH power. Everything's fine and dandy back here. It's not moving. It hasn't moved. So here's the deal. Like sometimes I've seen PCs just act weird. So unplugging the PC, smashing the power button a few times, let it clear out capacitors. There's definitely enough power. 850 is more than enough for this setup. Okay. So what I just did is I unplugged the PC from the power outlet, hit the power button a few times, kind of clear out the capacitors, kind of reset things. Try it out. Because we've been changing things so rapidly on this thing. Come on, do it. Do it. This might be a to be continued, guys. I don't know. The only other thing I'd love to try is, and it's just taking up too much time at this point, I'm going on 4 hours, is using the adapters. But we saw at least one post one time. Very weird. There is different BIOSes on the card. We're on the OC BIOS right now. Oh, what the heck? Let's try it. This is the silent BIOS. I don't think it's going to make any damn bit of difference. On the next episode is, will it post? Yeah, we're about there, guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm drawing straws. Dang. Stinks. I was wanting to see this thing just have no problems. So much money invested in this PC right now. Yep. I didn't think BIOS would do anything. So, I'll be tinkering with this. I don't know if I'm probably not going to have enough time to do like a full turnaround, follow-up video. If anything, I'll probably just maybe do a short video or a community post or something to kind of let you guys know what happened. I don't really know where to go from here, honestly. I'm kind of stumped and I'm tired. So, yeah, maybe a Sunday follow-up stream. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see if I got time. I might be able to do that. But yeah, so at this point, guys, yeah, I mean, I'm as stumped as you are. Everything else seems to be working. We did get a post on a, cruddy old RX 470. Weird. I don't know. No explanation for it. I'll probably take the GPU out and run what John the Net Guy was talking about. Just put it in my own personal rig. I have a 3080 Ti with an 850 watt power supply, so I definitely have the juice to run this card just to see if I get any different type of behavior. Wouldn't be the first time I've also seen T-Force RAM just act weird, and although it's flagging as a GPU problem, there's all kinds of stuff to try at this point. So Greg Salazar, PCTH Hustle, fix or flop. Yeah, okay. Maybe if you lived in my area, but yeah. So I mean, it's basically turning into a fix or flop episode here. But what's the fan config like? How many reverse and normal? So this is a question by Jim Def. So fan config is the standard config that the AIO comes with, which is pulling in intake across the radiator. So that's 3 from the back to the front wall of the PC. We've got 3 intake on the rear and 1 exhaust. So 3 in, 1 out. Yeah, it's not a balance, but at the same time, I mean that really doesn't matter too much more these days, especially with a case this large that has a lot of air volume inside it already, as well as we are on liquid cooling for the CPU, so that should keep pretty nice and cool anyways. And the fan has got 3 giant like 95 millimeter fans on it, which isn't working right now, is at least giving us display. But yeah, I don't believe there'll be any types of cooling issues. As far as reverse blades, Jim's saying, I don't know if Lian Li actually makes those, but that's not what we got here anyway, and that would be an option, right, to help kind of balance things out for sure. I should invite Greg Salazar to your home. Yeah, I mean, he can come on over if he wants to come all the way to Texas, but we can troubleshoot together. But yeah, we'll see where we go with this. My buddy really wanted to pick this up by like Friday, Saturday, so I might be forced to kind of do things like off content, off stream. So I gotta drive into office for work tomorrow, so I can't really do anything until I get back and off work. And who knows, maybe I'll just fire up another stream and we just have a fun troubleshooting time. What do you guys think about that? Maybe we'll just, continue where we left off, and maybe if any of you guys got anybody's ear as far as Greg Salazar's ear, maybe he can join in and be like and tell us what's going on. I don't know. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it for this, guys. I mean, thanks everybody for joining in. Got a pretty nice crowd in the chat. I'm kind of disappointed. This is my first ever post failure, actually, and it stinks that it's with the most expensive and powerful PC I ever built. So we'll see what happens. Again, like I said, I don't know how I'm going to handle any more content. As far as I'll definitely update you guys somehow, some way, and if anything, maybe we can do some more stream. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to talk to my buddy, and we'll go through those options. But thanks for tuning in. Thank you, John, for the super chat. The $10 will definitely help the channel in more ways, and maybe just buy me the beer that you're talking about, because right now I feel like I need one. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Sorry for the early stream debacle issues. It's not typical of me. So hopefully the next one will be nice and for working well for you guys. So again, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned. I'll let you guys know what happens with this thing. Hopefully, it just, is a simple, easy fix. Catch you guys later.